Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoa, whoa!
Let's go!
Gil, the internet has some feelings about some things you said yesterday. We will discuss, but
They normally do.
That's a fact.
the Gil pack was going up.
Pretty sure it wasn't smoking too good. I smoke like Reggie.
Reginald Bell Johnson, but this is Gil's Arena presented by Underdog Fantasy. As always, we got the legend Gilbert Arenas here with us.
You.
Good, Gil. Okay, see you. Representing Tough Crowd, Mr. B, Brandon Jennings. Tough Crowd University.
Y'all sign on up.
I'm trying to send an application.
I be getting offended when he comes with new stuff. Like I just,
I
just expect like we should automatically get the shit.
I'm gonna make sure y'all.
I'll be sitting like, damn, you got that with the damn. Where that?
Nothing better than when you come with the gift pack full of stuff. I'm like, oh.
Like I don't know if I'm the only one to do it. Like, yeah, so where's everybody else?
That's not on the
I know it's a
website.
business. I know it's a business, so we gotta wait.
And we got Kenyon Martin back here with us.
Look at that song.
Don't do that no more, Steve.
Kenyon finished these ways.
New York won.
Give it a normal. Like, yeah.
All right, OG.
We're making up.
Fuck, you can't.
You
You can't unspill the milk. Like
He wouldn't just got a new bottle.
And we got two special guests pulling up to the arena shortly. I'll give you a little shimmy as a.
Oh, do that again?
Not really. Okay.
Do that again.
No, I used to major in modern dance in college, but it's been several years. Okay, I'm trying to get it back. Well, we got two guests pulling up shortly, but here's what's cracking in the arena today. The Knicks got the best of the Pacers in Game 1, but what can the Pacers do to slow down Jalen Brunson and the rest of the Nova Knicks in Game 2? Pat Riley went at Jimmy Butler and expressed uncertainty about when or if the Heat would give Butler an extension, but what does this mean for playoff Jimmy's future in South Beach? Oh, I like that one. Why y'all give Pat Riley the mean mug like that? Like he just ate a lemon. And even without the likely...
Or he ain't got no bottom jizz.
Or no top.
Top was for sure.
Them dentures, boy, they forgot him.
And even without the likely Defensive Player of the Year, Ant-Man and the Wolves waxed the Nuggets to take a 2-0 lead in the series. But is the broom coming soon? We talked about it yesterday. It's looking a little shaky in Denver. Throwing heat packs on the court. They getting emotional. But before we get into all that, as always, this show is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. If you have not done so already, download the app. Use promo code GILD, and they will match your first deposit up to $100. You heard that right. You get a $100 deposit match when you download the Underdog Fantasy app. Use promo code GILD. So the most popular picks of the night are on the screen below. So ride with them or fade them. But have fun tonight watching the games and playing pick 'em. So today's popular picks, Donovan Mitchell higher over 27.5 points. He's been balling. Kyrie higher over 24.5 points. Derek White higher over 16.5 points, and SGA higher over 28.5 points. We gave you some picks on Gil's Arena yesterday. If you were wise, you would have rolled with us because we got the win. We back. We are back. We got
all win, right?
All hit.
All hit. Sweet.
That's what's up.
Appreciate you to our resident Knicks expert for giving me an OG and a Nobi 3-pointer. And as always, we do MostlyFans at the end of every show. So if you drop a good question in the chat with your Underdog Fantasy username, we use it on the show, you get a $50 bonus. If you send us a video at mostlyfansgil@gmail.com, include your Underdog Fantasy username, and we use that question on the show. $100 bonus to your Underdog Fantasy account. Kane, they said they're sending you the money for the question yesterday. It's in transit right now.
I need my scratch.
And we do this show live Monday through Thursdays, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. You can't rock with us live on YouTube. We got audio versions available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. So we're going to start with another Frenchman first on this episode before we get to the Gobert discussion. So Wemby had one of the most dominant rookie seasons in league history. And on Monday, the NBA named him Rookie of the Year. I think it was expected, but it's now official. He averaged 21 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and a league-leading 3.6 blocks per game. And became the first player in league history with over 1,500 points, 700 rebounds, 250 assists, 250 blocks, and 100 three-pointers made in a season. He's also a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year, but that may go to another Frenchman who we'll discuss later in the show. Wemby is the first Spur since Tim Duncan to win Rookie of the Year, and he's the 6th unanimous winner and first since Cat in 2016. Did Wemby live up to the hype his rookie season?
Since Tim Duncan, so the last #1 pick.
Okay. Just pointing it out, yeah.
Had to think about it like
He's
that.
trying to. He got to.
So all the #1 picks won Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
Okay.
So, some were a little bit older.
Yeah, they do good at drafting 5s.
Yeah.
4s, 5s, big men. They pretty good at that one. They don't miss.
They don't miss.
They don't miss. This motherfucker that thing. Hey, you know what?
They don't, yeah.
Shit, he gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, it's like whenever there's a top 5, it's like somehow they always get it. I ain't gonna lie.
What do you?
They batting very well in that lottery when there's a nice big man coming in.
Go ahead and take a
Generational change.
Like when they needed one, right?
Every time they needed one, yeah.
Anytime they need, David getting ready to come out.
And we need a backup. We need a great 4-man. Oh shit, Tim Duncan's coming.
Oh shit, Tim Duncan's coming. Oh shit.
So Wemby came into this season with a ton of hype. Did Wemby live up to the hype his rookie season?
I think he exceeded.
I think he exceeded it. Yeah.
Yeah, because we talked about it in the summer before. Expectations.
Yeah,
He knocked it out the park.
knocked the shit out the park.
Yeah. His exhibit was dope that they did for
Yeah,
him.
with Fanatics. Yeah.
Fanatics.
All the other.
How all the old rookies of the year sent a little message to him, congratulating them and helping them push forward, I guess. But it was pretty dope.
So we saw what Wemby did in his rookie season. What are your expectations for Wemby in year 2 now? Making that jump from rookie now to.
I mean, to be honest, it's so hard to really understand what he is, what he has, what his capability is, because it's new, right? I mean, when he came, they showed us all the scoring and the offensive ability he had, the one-legged threes, the shimmies and all that. No one ever talked about the defensive part of it. No one even considered any of this, right? So the fact that he is today dominating the defensive side, his offense is going to catch up. So he's going to take over. There's going to be a year where he runs the table on all accolades.
Because most of the time, that's where most young guys and rookies struggle is on the defense side of the ball because the game's so fast.
Mm-hmm.
He averaged 3.6, right? And the game was moving a mile a minute probably for him.
Mm-hmm.
He averaged 3.6. That's another block and a half when the game slow down.
When the game slow down.
You think he get to
We're at
5?
Woo.
He'll be at 5
Dude,
easy.
Especially with this pace in the league. I mean,
He's a rookie, and this is what he had.
He averaged 3.6 as a rookie in the game. Like, he don't know how to play NBA basketball yet.
Right.
The last month and a half, what we were seeing, he was starting to figure it out. Like, oh, shit, I can get this shot off. I can do this defense. I can give him a summer with
Getting stronger.
Oh, my God. Then if he go play in the Olympics, that's only going to help him coming into this.
Yeah. It's gonna get scary.
It's going to be scary next year. No, you ain't going to have to wait. Like, this is the thing. People think it's going to be another 3-4 years. No, it's going to be next year.
Like, do you think he can, like, MVP type year?
I don't know what the team wins. I don't know what San Antonio will put around him. You know how that shit is. But he averaged 21, 11. How many assists you say?
5?
3 and close to 4, 3.9. So
4 assists, 3.5 blocks. How many steals?
let me pull it up.
I'm saying
Like 1.3, 1.5, something like that.
Still.
It's a fucking problem. It's a young 19-year-old problem that we have right before our eyes. Like that shooter there, what they call an alien?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We got a freak.
That was perfect.
Because we had a
That's
freak
hard, too.
first, right?
Now we got the.
Now we got an alien. And what he can possibly be doing in this league in the next 3-4 years, like, is, like you just said, ain't nobody seen it.
Yeah.
Like, nobody have seen somebody dominate both sides of the ball like he could possibly do. In this NBA, the way he can shoot it, he's going to get better at shooting the ball. Can't nobody block it.
Yep.
He gonna put on a little weight. He not going to be bulky at no point. Just how he built.
Yeah.
He's going to get a little stronger. but then learning how to play and get a shot off on anybody. Like, anybody in the league.
Yeah.
So,
And with a team that didn't know how to get him the ball. With a team that didn't know how to get him. What happens when he gets a guard that can shoot? Let's say he does get a Trae Young over there.
oh my Lord.
Oh,
right?
that's an MVP.
Yeah, shit, if you got a James Harden over there. You're talking about a guy who's gonna put so much pressure on these little lobs right here. You think about the Capellas, they be getting those easy little buckets, scoring like 15 on little shit like that. What happens when you have a real talent who's getting those plus his own offense?
Yeah.
Because he getting 5 lobs a game for Trae Young.
Yeah.
Just say if it's Trae Young.
That's
He's
10
getting
points.
at least 5 a game.
And that's 10 right there.
That's 10 points.
So-
Because can't nobody get to it.
Nope.
All he got to do, listen, he getting them up, what you gonna do? Either Trae gonna average 50 or it's gonna be one of the two because he gonna be floating the shit. He gonna,
Yeah.
What's so funny is
no man's land.
how we know Wilt scored his 100. It can be the same way. Run straight down. I'm just gonna throw it all the way up. I'm not gonna. It ain't gonna be one of those throws. It's gonna be motherfucker all the way up there.
the only person get it.
Ah.
Right in front
It's
of him.
either that or I'm a score.
Hey, look.
And he shoot free throws.
One of those finger roll in the front of you. Like nobody. the Wilt finger roll.
But you throw like
George
5 to 7
Gervin.
threes in there as well, though.
He's making threes and free throws.
Yeah.
So he's gonna shoot the ball better. He's gonna work on his shot more this summer
Yeah.
Yeah.
and continue. Dude, yeah, the kid gonna be a fucking.
Wamba.
It's gonna be fun to watch. It's exciting. Like it's a lot of exciting. It's a lot of exciting stuff.
Because we all were like, when the season started, we were like, we think he's gonna play well. Just didn't know what it was gonna look like.
Now we got to see it and we're like, okay, all right. Yikes.
Yeah. Wamba, as Rasheed Wallace calls it. So for y'all on the couch, how much easier did the game come to you in your second season compared to your rookie year?
For me, the second season, because you got through it, right? So whatever you was expecting, it's like your first game, first day of school. You don't know what to expect, right? You know, your brain is moving
The first day of high school.
Huh?
The
First day of high school, you know, you know what I mean? And then, so that's the same thing in your first year in the NBA. You start really getting the knack for it towards the end, right? And once you feel it, now you know how to prepare for that summer. Because when you're coming out of college, you're just preparing. You don't know what you're preparing for. So you don't know if you're doing the right things, wrong things. So when your first season, when you're done, you know how to train now. You know how to prepare for the next season coming. So usually the second season is a little bit easier for everyone. You know, some guys come into the league and they just throw that motherfucker off the jump.
If you was training him, well, if somebody asked you if you was training him, what would your emphasis be for him this summer?
Probably getting on the block a little bit, understanding like duck-in methods, turn around, fade away. And he learns how to fucking just turn around, fade away.
So have you watched his footwork yet?
Not yet. Is it good?
I don't know.
It should be all right. I mean, he's a guard too, so
Yeah, so
it should be better
should
than
be
a
better than-
natural big man.
Because I don't think, he not stumbling around.
No.
He don't have them big, ginormous fucking feet, I don't think.
Nah, like, you know, the one thing about the Euros, they're training, everyone trains like a guard.
Yeah, for-
so usually those big men already have the footwork. So with him, it's most likely learning how to just catch it there, turn, fade. Like once he just, the MJ, what's the name, turn, fade, no one's blocking that.
The Kevin Garnett.
The Kevin Garnett.
The Rasheed Wallace.
Yep. Right. Once he gets that into him, just understanding duck-ins and how to push people up, learn, turn lobs. Because once he understands that part of the game, the outside, that becomes easier. Everyone knows you're not going inside now, so it's easy for us to push up on him.
Yeah.
Once he starts, all right, let me dominate, turn, fade, little hooks, just
block,
one dribble,
On the same block Tim Duncan used to post up
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Like, he dominate that block, it's over though.
If I'm them, that's what I'm gonna give him
Yeah.
because he already has.
The perimeter.
He already has that game. He's never going to lose that package. You give him this package so when the game starts changing for him, he already's dominant down there.
I'm with you.
Wemby wears a size 20 and a half shoe, but on a 7 foot.
I'm sure he plays soccer too.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
So,
He probably smashed.
So he
Fucking
should.
Cat
should be-
wear what?
We had to do a lot of
fucking,
soccer.
He wore 23, 22, 23.
Cat?
Yeah, he's got some big ass feet.
And he looked like, I mean, he's shaped like
He's wearing the 20, size 20.
Who, Cat?
Yeah.
His shit look.
But at a much, you know what I'm saying? He's
His
short,
feet look.
6'11".
His feet.
Yeah, he looked like he should have been growing just a little bit longer.
Yeah, yeah, he needed. Yeah,
Just a little bit more inches.
he didn't finish down low.
And Shaq was a 23, which is
Damn.
He didn't finish down low.
Shit.
very limited shoe selection. But we asked the chat, did Wemby live up to the hype? We got over 3,000 votes. 74% said yes.
What?
6% of y'all are haters, said no, and then 20% said exceeded it.
Oh, Exceeded is on the list.
Yeah, okay. No, you got your case.
Oh, no, I thought they was finna say like, well, I'm like, where the fuck are the rest of the percentage?
Where's the rest?
But the 6% that said no, damn. Y'all got some very high standards.
So who could they be fans of then if he didn't? So what? Who got second? If he was unanimous, right?
Yeah.
So, never mind. Man.
All right, let's keep this thing moving. Got to talk a little Heat. So after the Heat won Game 2, Jimmy Butler did a little trolling while sidelined with a right knee injury, mocking Jalen Brown's infamous "Don't let us get one post" from the previous season. But the Celtics rattled off 3 straight wins to advance to the Eastern semis. So this weekend, Butler was at Rock the Bells and had this to say about the Heat's postseason, how the Heat's postseason would have looked if he was healthy.
If I was playing, Boston would be at home. New York, damn sure would be fucking at home. Josh Hart. What that mean to me? Josh Hart. Stop fucking. Come on, man. Nah, I love Tibbs, but I don't want to. I love Tibbs. I love you, baby. I want to beat you to a pulp.
You know, he's wrong. little turned
up.
off the Bev.
Hey, that's one of them.
So Heat team president Pat Riley met with the media on Monday to discuss the state of the franchise and had this to say about Jimmy's comments.
You know, for him to say that, you know, I thought, is that Jimmy trolling or is that Jimmy serious? You know, if you're not on the court playing against Boston or on the court playing against the New York Knicks, you should keep your mouth shut.
What do y'all think about Pat's reaction to Jimmy's?
The fact that when he said, I don't know if he's trolling, kind of feels like he's adapted Jimmy's 2 parts of him. Like that, you know what I mean? Because he could have just said, just shut the fuck up. And everybody be like, yeah, that's Pat Riley being Pat Riley.
Yeah.
So the fact he gave him a little grace, like, hey, I don't know if it's Jimmy trolling or...
Trolling.
But I mean, it's, you know, like, you know, players are like that too. What he said. I remember I was talking shit to, when I was talking shit to Dwayne Wade, and Larry had to guard him, and he gave us 40. And, you know, he was like, yo, man, like, stop talking shit to people you ain't guarding. My bad.
Hey, don't get him
I
home.
thought I was gonna. So, you know, it is a thing. Like, if you ain't out there, man, just go ahead, shut it.
Yeah, shut up.
So Riley also said that he'd have no intention of trading Butler. Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. I'm fucking up. So he finished 8th in the East for the 2nd straight season, but without playoff Jimmy weren't able to replicate the finals run they made last year. According to Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald, Butler is looking for a max extension this offseason and will likely request it from the Heat on July 7th when he becomes eligible. The Heat don't have to give him an extension, I think, till summer of 2025, but he's trying to get the ball rolling a little bit early. But when asked about Butler's extension, Riley had this to say.
That's a big decision on our part to commit, you know, that kind of those kinds of resources, unless you have somebody who's really going to be there, you know, available every single night. That's the truth.
So Riley also said that he'd have no intention of trading Butler, but since joining the Heat in 2019, Butler's missed 100 regular season games, 7 playoff games, never played more than 64 games in a season, and missed 25 games this season, including the playoffs. So should the Heat give Jimmy Butler a max extension, or is it time for them to blow up this roster?
From that message, look like they're going to have to wait. They're going to have to wait for a minute.
You can ask if you want.
Look like they're going to have to wait till 2025 from that message.
Wait, is he a free agent? No, he's not.
He's got a couple years left on his contract. I think 2 more years left on his deal.
So he's trying to just get out there.
Trying to get that bread. I think he'd be somewhere in the range of like a 2-year, $13, $15 million extension.
Not right now.
Ain't happening, Jack.
Not right now.
You don't think so?
No, sir. Somebody that's not available. Do you?
I'm going to say you get the man.
No, but
But he's got a player option in 2025 too. So.
You know what? Take it.
no. What I'm saying is, the reason I'm saying is, if they're planning on keeping him, he's at his cheapest point right now.
Yeah,
because he's not making an All-NBA team. So
keep him.
giving him the max now versus he makes an All-NBA team and I got to pay him supermax.
Jimmy's not making All-NBA team no time soon.
You're not healthy enough.
But if he didn't know what I'm saying is he's not making All-NBA because he's not even eligible for it without the 65 games.
Yeah,
but
what happens when he's eligible?
We got to play the 65 games, though, right?
Right,
He's
but
never
if-
played more than 64.
But if he goes
If he
into
does
that
play
year-
65 games, is Jimmy top 15 in the NBA? Top 20?
Nah, they're not even
20?
having.
Regular season, top 20?
Nah.
But
But you don't want that motherfucker to be like, all right.
I mean, if
show
it
me
leads to a
that.
championship,
Well, guess what? Hey,
if it leads to a championship, he ain't gonna
hey,
care.
motherfucking Pat and Mick Harrison were like, okay, show me. They on that motherfucker like, show me. Right? You say you that dude, so guess what? We're gonna hold this thing over here that you want, and hey, you can you can compete for one. You can go out and you made it to the finals, but that.
Nah, I'm not.
But I'm just.
It's my thing is if you're gonna keep him, right? My thing is if you don't have no plans on changing him because you know what he looks like when he plays.
Yeah.
What happens during that contract year? Like we know contract players come up.
Absolutely.
And he decides to bring playoff Jimmy into the regular season to get to the 65. Now I got to pay him supermax.
You don't.
And then
you don't have to pay him though. That's the thing. You don't have to pay him.
They have the leverage.
You can let him walk. He can play great. It still didn't lead to no championship, so what are we talking about here? In their eyes, in the Miami Heat eyes, this is Pat Riley and them. They didn't lead to no championship, so what are we talking about here, right? So we can let you walk. If you played great, okay, cool. Jimmy Butler playing at his best is going to average what during the regular season?
24.
23, 22 maybe.
That's
Yeah, around
like we hoopers and Jimmy Butler changes the needle for teams when he's engaged. Yes, absolutely, right? And this is peak Jimmy, 24, 25. Is that enough? For what? For this, where this NBA is going next year? In that Eastern Conference of teams, we see the things that's being done. Like you just got.
I just don't like the idea that they said they're not trading them. So if you're not trading them, then you
got to play it out.
Then you got to play it out.
Yeah. And see how you do because he said he's not available. Pat thing is somebody who hasn't played. That's his words. Somebody who hasn't played, who's missing games. Da, 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 da. So they're paying attention to it.
That's the question mark on the board.
So, yeah, his name up on the board for it, and it's a question mark, right? If he come out next year, play 82 games, they make a deep playoff run, then there's a different conversation maybe at the end of the season. But I don't think it happens before that.
Yeah.
Because there's no need for them to have the conversation before that.
No, you don't.
Before the end of next season. Not during the end of next season.
End of next season. So
Yes.
like right now, they would be because he would know
nothing
if he
to talk about.
What I'm saying is he'd know if he made a team or not.
Yeah,
but
right now,
if
but-
he ends up making a team next year, there's no talking.
But
You
they
already
said
know what
you
he
can let
wants.
him walk though.
Now he wants 50 more million.
So therefore you can let somebody else give him that
Walk, though,
50
like you
more.
said. That's what Miami's not tripping. They're
And he
just
looks-
we just sit like you
And
said.
you
We just
lost
sit
Jimmy
back.
Butler and got back nothing. What the hell?
I mean,
Well, what do we get for him? Do we get a championship?
no.
So that's what I'm saying. So this is, if he brings the championship and he wants the money and he make first, second, third team,
He ain't bringing no. He ain't bringing no championship.
So that's what Pat and them think. He's missing games. He's not available when we need him.
be trolling.
You're fucking with people you ain't playing. Listen, you put the target on these guys back that's actually out here available for us. And this is Pat Riley we talking about. This is not nobody. This is Pat Riley we talking about. No nonsense.
It's that new style. It's that regular max and that super max, and that is two different things. So it's like when you're sitting there negotiating, and you're really negotiating against yourself on a player that's regular max and super max, right? You got these two windows, and it's that I'm going to give you the max. Or I'm going to give you the super max. And even if I don't give you the super max, you're going to be, once you hit all NBA, you're more than the regular max.
Yes. So
a lot of players got to really, or a lot of teams got to really look at and evaluate players and try to figure out who can possibly jump into that next realm and beat it before you get there.
Yeah, then you're looking at who else is going to be available.
Like somebody like
he
Murray.
comes available, right?
Like, he'll be up.
So you're looking at who else is going to be available when Jimmy's deal is. So
even if you
summer, what's that? Next
let's-
summer, right?
right?
let's say when you trade him, like let's say you wanted to trade him, sign and trade him, you can't even sign and trade him for a supermax player.
Yeah.
So even if you're trying to get back a superstar,
No, you can't. So you
You
let him
can't.
walk. So you let him
Because he
walk.
ain't even worth-
You sign
he
somebody
ain't-
in free agency next time. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah. And how old is he?
you play it out.
30, is he 32?
Then you see who's available next summer, like who all gonna be
Yeah,
free
free.
when he up. And then you like I'm
Plan it out.
playing it out. If I'm them and just
Do you
seeing
just
what-
break it up?
and seeing, break what up?
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Break
what
what
I'm
up?
saying. Yeah, that's what they
Well,
don't
they
have
got
any.
well,
You can let Jimmy walk and add a piece and you're not missing.
Tyler.
Yo,
They're only 3.
They don't have any.
like you can let Jimmy walk and add another piece and you're not missing somebody who and you're not missing anything because of how they play, right?
You can. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
right,
because they play
the-
team ball. I mean,
What I'm saying is, with the team they have, let's just be honest. With the team they have, it ain't no championship team.
Yeah.
Right. You got 2 players who are technically like a second and a third option. Do you just break the team up and just make it just bottom feeding team,
and
or you try to use them to get a generational player, but you don't really have?
Yeah, but Bam is a 4. I don't like him at the
Yeah,
5.
he's a
Let's
4.
start there. He needs to play his natural position, so you need to help him in that regard, right? Jimmy Butler, talented, but if I right now, the Heat has always had the problem. But they have problem really recently putting the ball in the basket as a team.
Yeah.
You need scoring. You're gonna play the way you're gonna play no matter what. Defensively, you're gonna compete. So that's never a question with the Miami Heat. The guys who we look at as lesser defenders, look well in the Miami Heat organization because of how they play.
Yep.
If I'm me, I'm looking at somebody like a Zach LaVine that's coming up, right? I think, shit, on that team, Zach LaVine can average motherfucking 28.
Yeah.
And he gonna look to average 28,
Yeah.
30, like.
put him and DeMar on the team.
So somebody like that, I'm looking at, he coming available too, shit. Jimmy, I'm letting Jimmy walk if I can get Zach LaVine. Or it's just, who else is coming available that's at that guard position that can score that's going to be up for money here soon, right? There's a couple guys.
Yeah.
Paul George.
That's a little bit younger.
That's a little bit younger, and you never know.
Yep.
You never know, but I'm just, if I'm...
Yeah, they don't have to extend them this year,
Yeah,
right?
so I understand you want it, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
And we ain't.
They said they're not.
Yeah, they're
Because
not.
I'm trying to
They
figure
ain't.
out why the fuck is Miami having a press conference on a Monday? On a Monday, motherfucker.
This is Pat's scheduled date.
Yeah, I was gonna say, nigga, they ain't got shit to do with y'all. Y'all season over with.
Pat normally talk on Mondays.
Last
Last one of the season.
Normally talk on Monday.
Is he the
My
only person?
exit meeting.
Is this the only person that does that?
I don't know. I'm just.
I've never seen.
So Matt Ishbia met with the media last week from Phoenix. So I'm just saying they're doing kind of their.
He up there, bitch, delusional.
They do have the exit meeting
He's
with them.
delusional as they come. Oh, we're just gonna stick with what we got. Like, no, you're not.
Yeah, Pat also said he hadn't met with Jimmy. I think Jimmy had been at the facility in recent days, but Pat hadn't actually met. He said he wasn't in my office, but.
That motherfucker, boy.
Yeah, but you know, Pat cool until he ain't.
Yeah.
Pat cool until winning ain't involved.
To them rings.
Yep.
We want that
Listen,
ring.
Pat cool until you jeopardize winning. And what we building, I love you. You can have your coffee. We can do all that shit. You can stay in the Airbnb, do all that shit on the road you want. But when you jeopardize winning around here, now we need to have another conversation.
Facts.
So let's talk a little bit more about winning, specifically with the Wolves. So Ant-Man and the Wolves stunned the Nuggets in Game 1 to take home court from the defending champs. And they came into Game 2 without likely Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, who missed the game for personal reasons for the birth of his child, but still got it done. The Wolves jumped out on the Nuggets early with aggressive play on both sides of the ball that had Nuggets players and Michael Malone throwing tantrums. The Wolves held the Nuggets to 35 points in the first half, taking a 26-point lead into the break. Ant-Man followed up his playoff career-high 43 points in Game 1 by dropping 27 points in Game 2, along with 7 assists and 2 steals, going 11 for 17 from the field. And at one point during the game, Ant was getting MVP champs from the Nuggets crowd. Cat had a big game as well, finishing with 27 points and 12 rebounds. He was 10 for 15 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3. Nas Reed also had another solid game off the bench with 14 points and 5 rebounds. He hit 4 threes in the game. So Nikola Jokic on the other side struggled a little bit, finished with 16 points, 16 rebounds, 8 assists, but also had 4 turnovers and was 5 for 13
Too strong.
from the field in the game. Aaron Gordon led the Nuggets with 20 points, but Jamal Murray had his worst game of the playoffs while still battling a calf injury, finishing with just 8 points while going 3 for 18 from the field and 0 for 4 from 3. Nuggets shot 35% from the field in the game, going 29 for 83, and the Wolves held the Nuggets under 100 points for the second straight game and fourth time this season. They've won each of those games when they've done that. So the Nuggets are the second defending champ in playoff history to lose the first 2 games of a series at home, joining the 2011 Lakers. For those who don't remember, they got swept by the Mavs. But let's just look at this Wolves squad. How impressive is the Wolves smacking the Nuggets in Game 2 without Rudy Gobert?
Very impressive. And they punked they punked them. They came out flat out, just punked them. I mean, that was some crazy defense they was playing too. I haven't seen no defense like that in a minute in the NBA, like some AAU type style.
Yeah.
Like
Trapping at the half
trapping,
court, right.
like they had that one possession with Jamal Murray. They had him just like he was like just gone. But no, they just looked like they wanted more. I mean, you know, they punked them.
They did exactly what anybody would do when this is the only 2 people you got that's creating offense. I'm gonna run at him. He gonna pass it, give it back. I'm gonna run back at him. No, you're gonna let KCP be the point guard now. Like they did exactly what you should have been doing with this team, right? Run at them. Don't let them play one-on-one. Don't let them play the pick and roll. Trap it, blitz it, right? Let them beat us. Let them create some offense. Yeah. Let me see what kind of shimmy shake he got. You know, when he got the ball.
Me and KJ was watching that shit. We was laughing last night about it. Like, yeah, exactly what you're saying. Like, shit, I know 27 know how to play basketball. He's good.
Yeah.
I want to see if 5 know how to play. God damn it. Like, this is the way it is. No.
Yeah.
Show me 5.
Yeah. Hey, if Nikola is not on the floor, I don't know if you figured it out. They not letting Jamal Murray play basketball.
No.
People. They doubling Nikola. They flipping at the ball, they using their hands, they being aggressive, they climbed in their goddamn jersey and they made a point.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way this shit finna be. Hey, me and B was talking before the show. I done been on both sides of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've been swept, I done did the sweeping.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I ain't never lost the first 2 games at home in the sweep. So the times I've been swept, the first 2 was on the road. They got the momentum coming in our building.
Mm-hmm.
You going to somebody's house down 0-2? Man, they finna go back to the Target Center with their chest poked out.
Arena about to be
It's
crazy.
gonna be jumping in that thing. This one might get out worse than Game 2.
No, facts.
Because there's nothing more intimidating or discouraging in sports than when you can't score.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing more intimidating or frustrating than when you can't score. Just think, any sport that you can think of where there's an offense, the offensive defense, when you can't score, there's nothing more irritating, frustrated, debilitating. Like you do, and they have a recipe now on how they gonna play y'all.
And they're not gonna stop.
And y'all looking for the refs for help and they not giving it to you. They didn't even give your coach a tech and he got in the ref's face.
Yep. He was trying to get ejected.
We not bailing you out. You gonna sit here and take this ass whooping.
Take this out.
When have you seen that?
When I saw it in the game, I
In the
thought
history
about
of us watching this game or being in this game,
Right.
when have you seen a coach go ballistic like that? And the ref does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get kicked out.
Yeah.
Nah.
Move around. Go over there.
Nah, you finishing this one.
Yeah, you finishing this one.
And I'm telling you, man, Minnesota got a recipe, dude. Once you figure out a team, how you can beat a team, and that's it. We're not gonna let Jamal Murray play. We're gonna double Nikola. We're gonna make it hard. We're gonna reach for the ball. We don't care about if we foul or not. Be aggressive. Try to play defense without fouling. But if you fucking well.
That was they literally messed up their sub rotation. Because usually you try to keep one in and they let you know, nah, that's not how you're gonna play today. You have one in, we're just gonna double him the whole time.
The whole damn time.
Right? We're not gonna let you rest Jokic, let Murray play, and then flip-flop, and then they come back. Nah. Soon as you sub one out, that other one catching his ass whooping.
Yeah.
He catching his whole heat by himself.
jump him.
We're gonna jump him.
We're gonna jump him.
We whooping his ass. And that's what they did. It's like they got so comfortable with it. Right? Sub, Murray go. He get off. Sub.
And we know he's not healthy neither. And we know he's not healthy all the way neither.
I'm about to say, playing on one
Picking
leg.
up full court,
trapping,
doubling,
turning. Man, listen, man.
He can't move like that.
Dude, it is, hey.
That was that. But see, that's where coaching comes in now. So when someone says a scouting report, this is when, don't even want to bring it, Ham, this is what strategy looks like when it comes to opponents. They looked at something and said, all right, when these two are separated, who are they? Let's put it to the test. They're showing you what a game plan looks like. Fuck the offensive part. Look at the game plan. When one subs out, they are attacking the other one, making him exhausted, making him look at sub the nigga back in or sub me out too. I'm not gonna just catch this jumping by myself.
I'm about to take it a step further. This exposes the Denver Nuggets, the rest of the three, but their bench, and the lack of job that the front office has done to put bodies around them other two. Like they ain't gonna always be available. When they are available, people ain't gonna let them play basketball like they've proven. They ain't gonna always have it on. You got to put pieces around them.
Yep.
And catch and shoot. No, Michael Porter, you got to put this bitch on the deck. We're closing out to your body.
Yep.
Right? That's the difference. There's a clip during the game. Nas Reed made 2 threes. Aaron Gordon, you close out short. He just missed it. Like, no, attention to detail, nigga. They closing out to your body. They're not giving you certain plays. They're taking things away. And to your point, Gil, like, yeah, we want to, like, no, you're going to need both of them.
Yep.
Because if you don't, this is, hey.
Like this is literally, they're literally saying, all right, either y'all gonna play 48 minutes, you're gonna play both of them 48 minutes, or one's gonna get tired trying to do what he can possibly do to, and that's what but that's all coaching. So when people talk about coaching and strategies, you're seeing a different strategy that a coach put in that doesn't look the same as the previous before.
And you know what else is helping them? Finch dude is their head coach, right? Listen to game 3. The coach that's doing, like, I don't know the guy's name that took over right? He's their head scout, so you can tell he's calling out all the stuff. So he knows, so here's just imagine how we was with Lawrence Frank, right? Lawrence knew everything, every play that everybody was doing.
Yep.
He became our head coach. Right?
Yep.
Finals.
But he knows every play of everything of everybody doing, so he's standing up and he's calling all the sets out with the ball going, because he's had to scout. That's been his
job.
That's been his, So he's already tuned in to what they need to do, so he's calling it out. And them dudes think them young boys was running around like that in that altitude, trapping and moving like that in that altitude. Hey, man.
But this ain't nothing new, right? I know I guess this ain't nothing new because they haven't been dominant all year. That was the reason that I was like, Shea deserves this because his team didn't expect it, right?
Absolutely.
That's why he deserves this MVP.
Absolutely.
The champion, the finals MVP, right? They didn't come into the season dominating like the previous champions did.
True.
They didn't come back into the season holding down the fort. Right? They did not show anybody any fear, but the Lakers.
Yeah.
Right? But the Lakers. Everybody, no one else was afraid of them.
Yeah.
Right? So they haven't been in championship mode this whole season. This is not unexpected. If you look at the last series, where I did some notes, they lost. Lakers were up 4 out of the 5 first quarters. Lakers was up 3 out of 5 second quarters. Lakers was up all 5 halftimes. Denver was up. They won all 5 third quarters. They both tied in fourth quarter, 1-1 and 3 ties, right? So out of all the quarters, 25 quarters, Lakers won 13, Denver won 9, 3 ties. Now that's the Lakers, right? That's the Lakers and the inexperience of the coaching staff themselves, right? Not understanding detail.
Absolutely.
Right? Where the Lakers offense was shaky in the second half. This other team don't have that fucking problem. They don't have identity problems
Not at all.
in this game. So this Denver, the Denver that showed up against the Lakers that's been showing up all season, this is what it looks like. Right? These are not the champions of last year.
Which
They've been figured out. That team that they whooped their ass 4-1, they sat back, took that ass whooping and said, all right, we're gonna circle this, and we think we got them, and they've turned up a notch when Denver's digressed. But nobody's looked at it because they've beaten up on the same poor Lakers.
They didn't get in, but they didn't get better either though this summer. Like they didn't add anything.
Nuggets.
Yeah, like it was just like the Bucks. Like when the Bucks won, they didn't add anything the next year. It's like
Because they think they can just run it back with the same
Yeah,
game.
it's-
No, because
it's
they
that
thought
championship.
that the Perry kid and the Brown kid and Zeke Naji, like they thought they were going to develop into something to help. Right?
yeah.
And Holiday.
But it's different though. But you got like remember when the Warriors and the Cavs was going at it? They were adding
pieces.
Like they're adding pieces. That's
Every
why they
year,
kept
that's-
going back.
what do we need?
We got some special guests joining the arena.
All right, I'm scoot over here. Oh,
Yeah.
So making their debut
take your candy and shit.
inside Gil's Arena. He's a New York City point guard that was a first-round pick by the Knicks in 1988 Rookie of the Year that went on to play 17 seasons in the league. He's also 6th on the NBA's all-time assist leaders list. We got, mama, there goes that man, Mr. Mark Jackson in the building. And we're also joined by his son, who is a singer, songwriter, producer that hooped in Louisville with Rick Pitino, Mark Jackson Jr., better known as Blue.
Congratulations.
In the building.
Thank you.
What's going on?
It's been a minute.
Good. Oh no. I'm good. You?
Hey, y'all are right there. It's been a minute.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you. No, it's all good. So Mark, we appreciate you pulling up. I remember I saw you at the UCLA Colorado football game. Said you need to come pull up the arena. You said whenever y'all want. Finally made it happen. You here?
You put the pressure on.
I had to, just lightly.
I always see him at the bagel shop.
Don't tell our business.
Do you get bagels?
Get little bagels, man. I'm a little bageler. I'm a little bageler.
How both y'all doing, man?
Everything's good, man. Congrats with everything. You guys killing it, man.
Thank you so much.
Everything you're doing.
So thanks for pulling up. But everybody out there, be sure to subscribe to the Come and Talk to Me channel on YouTube to get all the episodes of the Mark Jackson Show. Y'all been, 41 episodes deep now, been going since February. I've been going hard, man. I've been seeing all the stuff y'all been doing. So for both of y'all, you launched the podcast with Underdog, whoop whoop, a few months ago. What's the transition been like for you from coaching to broadcasting to now being a podcaster?
Well, it's been great, and you guys can attest to it. Nothing like doing something with family. So having a blast, chopping it up as if we're sitting at the kitchen table, having fun with it, disagreeing, agreeing, stubborn son, you know how that works.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
It's been fun, though. It's been a lot of fun. And it's going, episodes are going by quick.
Yeah. Now, y'all been zooming through it. I remember when y'all first launched and now looking where y'all at, getting big-time guests like Patrick Ewing amongst other people. So, Blue, obviously, you heavy in the music game, but now making this transition into podcasting.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite part about being able to do a show with your pops?
Whew, man. Honestly, my favorite part is being able to just say what I want to say, man. Because, my pop, no, for real, my pops, y'all know he real PC, gonna say the right thing. So I get the opportunity to be Gil on our show. I get to come and say what I get to say. And he reeled me back in. So that's been my favorite part. Because, give him uncomfortable.
He got to reel you back in. So we've been talking a little bit about this Nuggets-Wolves series, but some actually wanted to get all your opinions on. And Gil, you gave your opinion yesterday. The internet responded very quickly. But so Rudy Gobert missed game 2.
Most of them didn't have their father anyway, so that's the reason. That's the reason that they mad, because their father didn't show up till they got there.
Double down.
Oh, man.
I'm just being honest. Their father wasn't there, so I know they mad at me. They're like, well, he was there, so.
Come on, Gil. He's right, though.
Yeah, I know. I get it, so I do appreciate him for that. Okay, I get it now.
Well, Mike, we'll start with you. How do you feel about Gobert missing game 2 for the birth of his first child?
I heard Gil's response, and quite entertaining. And, typical Gil.
That's one way to look at it.
I will say this: I can see both sides of the coin, and it's up to the individual. I totally understand the people that say they understand him taking the game off, because if something, God forbid, was to happen to the mother of his child during pregnancy or during the birth of the child, it would be tragic. And it'd be unfortunate, be something that he probably couldn't forgive himself of. So I understand that side of it. Me, myself, having 4 kids, I think I would have played in the game and taken a private jet to Minnesota and watch and witness either the birth or get there right after the birth. Understanding that we worked 82 games in my entire life for opportunity to get to the finals. So it'd be something that you understand. I was fortunate enough to have, 4 kids and be there for all 4 of them. But I do understand the side that you want to be there for your kid.
Okay, this is the extra.
I know you got an
No, this is extra. He already watched the birth. The birth was in the morning. Let me just add that.
She was fine.
Yeah, she was good. Yeah, she was good. Yeah, she was good.
The birth was in the morning, so the birth was in the morning.
Okay,
so he already got
I
that
asked one
out.
question.
Yeah.
Like, what did I ask? What
time?
What time was the baby born?
Yes.
That's all I need to know, because they said in the morning, right?
Reports Monday morning.
Monday morning. That could have been 12:01. Like,
Right.
it's a long time when AM hit.
Right.
Like for her to go into labor. She could have been in labor at 9:00 p.m. the day before, had the baby at 1 a.m. Like, it's just a long time. We don't know yet. I'm trying to find out.
We are doing our due diligence to try to hunt that information down.
I agree with 100% with you. I'm a father of 6. Been there for 5 of them.
Right.
I have my oldest daughter. Her birthday is May 3rd. She was born in 2003. She just turned 21. May 3rd, 2003, I was in the league. On a pretty good team. That was playing in May. Right? She was born May 3rd. She was in the hospital for a few days. I can go back and we can look at the record. I ain't missed no games, bro. I was there. She was born. I saw it. She was fine. The mom was fine. Everybody was good.
Everybody good? Good?
Everybody good. Game. I'm going from practice to the hospital. Game, before the game, go see her. Kiss the baby. Daddy got to go to work. I'll be back after the game. Cameron, 19 now. Cameron was supposed to be born in June. Cameron was born March 2nd. Preemie. 2005. My recollection, I ain't missed no games. In the incubator, Cameron fit in my hand when he was born. Here, in this hand, palm, that small. Tubes out the hole, you think about, you see the baby, that was my child. Was I distraught? Absolutely. Got a job to do. We fighting for a playoff spot. We getting the playoffs. He's still in the hospital. Same story. Going to the hospital, to the game. She was fine. From what we know, the pregnancy, the birth of his child went without a hitch, from what we know as of this point. They trying to say because he didn't get there, he tried to because of weather. You didn't try hard enough. If you wanted to play, if your guys meant something and that shit meant something to you, you would have got your ass on the first thing, next thing smoking. Just what it is, man. Like, if it means something to these dudes, you react different. You treat it a different way if it means something to you. If winning and winning championship, if competing for one means something to you, then you treat it different.
I knew I wasn't tripping.
Like you can't because
You didn't articulate it as
if there's
as
bad
eloquently
weather,
as-
it's okay. If there's bad weather in Denver, Colorado is one city. You got Boulder, you got Colorado Springs. There's a lot of surrounding areas that you can get that could have got you there before tip mountain time.
I will say I agree. And now that you explained it, I would have had a private jet. My team would have had a private jet waiting for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Making sure that the baby is fine and the mother of the baby is fine.
First and foremost.
The wild card is you had a premature kid. There are some people that's not cut from the cloth and have the ability to handle a premature kid and play 48 minutes.
True.
So for those folks, I understand they bet off staying at the hospital. But I totally agree with y'all now that you told me the baby was born early in the day. As long as mama's fine and the baby's fine, I'm going to the game.
Absolutely.
Blue, where do you stand on this situation?
Man, since we all jumping out the window, I'm with y'all, man. I don't think it's right for him to miss the game, man. I think if the baby was born early in the day and there was enough time for him to hop on the flight, come play the game, man. I think it's a luxury that we got Nas Reed and everybody just glosses over it and we look at it like, oh, it's okay, he missed it. But this could be a 1-1 series and you're playing with a dangerous Denver team.
Yeah. He didn't fly to France, I can tell you. He didn't fly to France.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, it was you're 90 minutes away.
Yes, hour and a half flight, man.
You was back home at 12:30 a.m.
Yeah, for sure.
So you know what I mean? Like it's you went home and slept in your bed.
And my
You didn't miss no time. Like you didn't. Like you.
It was it was just an 8-hour window. Like I remember we was in Phoenix and I heard my firstborn was they was in the hospital, and I flew all the way back to D.C. Then hopped on a regular flight to go back to Oakland. So we was in Phoenix. So Phoenix to D.C. got off our flight, got back on a regular flight to go see me and my daughter being born Christmas Eve, spend the day, and then had to play on the 26th.
But you had a game in D.C.? Because I would just Phoenix to.
Yeah, I found out while I was on the plane.
Okay, I was making sure.
And it was like, shit, we're about to go. Got it. God damn it, I'm already on. So it's just bland, come back, spend that day Christmas, and then we had practice. So I had to come back to practice. You can't miss practice. Miss practice, you can miss the game. Like, I mean, I'm hot on fire right now. I can't miss. So I came back and played on the 26th. So I've been there. The other 4, I already see one. I don't need to see the other one.
Well, lucky they won.
The first one wasn't.
Thank God they won, man. Just thank God they won.
They won.
They 2-0. Thank God. Just,
that was the best part.
Like it's like they won.
To someone close to the situation.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, people are upset that the guy didn't play. Like, I know someone real close to that was upset that the guy didn't play. Like, that's
yeah, man. I had my son. My son is 10 months ago. I had my son. He was born, so it's a blessing. But I'm looking back at the day he was born. And his mom is lucky I ain't have a night league game at LA Fitness. I might have won a hoop. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? It's not that big of a deal. Nah, we making a bigger deal. We making a bigger deal than it is, for real. Nah, for real. I gotta go get 30 real quick. I'll be back.
We in the men's league championship.
Man, come on,
you know how hard it is. We ain't lose.
The whole season I've been making it on Tuesday at 7. Like, come on, man.
They count on me too.
all right, hey, Doc, just hold her off to 9. Make sure she don't deliver to 9:30. I can get here by 9.
It's just because it's only because we've never seen it, because usually we, like, as much as we are with, our wives and our girlfriends, our teammates is the bond too. The game is a bond too, and we hold just as much power to that. Yeah. Right? Usually our first child kind of like is something different, but we usually make the game. No, I've never been on a team where a dude didn't make the game.
Me neither.
Right? I had teammates that we done that. It was like damn near 11 kids within those 2 years. Not one even thought about missing a game.
Y'all was making babies.
Hey, we was out there making babies, boy. We was out there putting it in.
To it.
Hey,
Shit, that was just the ones with our girls.
Hey, y'all out there shine pole.
Yeah.
Y'all out there shooting the Brandon club. Y'all out there shooting the club up.
I know y'all watched the show, but now you get to see it in real life.
No, we're very
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
making
no,
sure. Just to play devil's advocate real quick, let's look at the other side, though. What if Gobert was like, oh, we just playing the Nuggets. Y'all don't need me for game 2.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, listen.
I'm just glad they won, man.
He was playing Jokic, so that's like, yeah, he was playing Jokic, so I get that point.
Yeah. Woo.
Right, if my child's born, I gotta play AI. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the second
Family
game off.
first. Family
first. He
born
play AI.
When it comes to AI,
He be like, AI. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and miss this
Yeah,
one.
I'm gonna meet y'all in Charlotte.
Let's talk a little bit about Ant-Man. After the game, Ant-Man said the Wolves were happy with the result, but ready for the Nuggets to fight back in game 3.
Damn.
That's the defending champs over there, so they're not going to come out and play like that again in game 3. We got to be ready to take their punch. And I always tell the team, like when we huddle up and Finchy say, we got to be ready to take their punch, I say, we're going to punch too. Shit, I mean, they're not the only one punching in the fight. So, I mean, yeah, just like that. They're not the only one that's going to come out punching. I don't give a damn if we go up 3-0. For the game 4, we're going to come out punching too. So they got to be ready to take our punch, and we'll be ready to take their punch. But, yeah, I don't see no slippage in their games. They just missed shots tonight. They'll be ready to go game 3, and we will be.
So, when you just look at Ant-Man, it really feels like this Wolves team has taken on his identity. Just at 22 years old, fearless, plays that way on the court. And just when we look at Ant, what are your thoughts on his leadership on and off the court at just 22 years old?
Well, I talk about it all the time, love everything about him. And what I love about him is he has extreme confidence, swag on 1,000, but at the same time shows humility. Talks about Joker being the best player in the world, talks about Jamal Murray being the best closer in the world. Now, he doesn't believe that, but at least he extends it and shows humility by presenting it. I love his toughness. I love his old school mentality where he's not trying to be somebody's boy out there, not trying to make friends. We could be boys afterwards, but in between these lines, I'm going after you. The respect he showed Kevin Durant, but still went after him. It's refreshing to see, especially these days.
Yeah. I mean, very respectful of Kevin Durant, but also very disrespectful of Kevin Durant, too, when we think about the chops and all the other stuff. Yeah,
but he's out of line when it comes to Ant.
What you mean?
You know.
No, I'm right in line. We have discussion all the time. I'm saying, man, all right, I'm gonna jump out the window again. Ant-Man, at 22 years old, is on pace to become Michael Jordan. Why is it so quiet in here?
No.
He's 22. The numbers that he's putting up, his aggression and the way that he carries himself, if we watch the Timberwolves go on to win a championship this year, what more does he have to do to be on pace?
So let me stop you there. There's only one of us on this couch that played against that man when he was that man, and I'm gonna go whatever the hell he said.
All right.
And if that man say no, that man say no. Cause shit, listen.
You're talking about Jordan 80th when Jordan came in.
Jordan, the GOAT, period.
No, when I'm not.
22-year-old Jordan.
He's on the pace, so you got to start at the same
22-year-old
age.
Jordan.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's what we see. What happened is everyone usually throws Jordan out, but don't put no timestamps on it. You got to put some timestamps on it. He's saying Jordan at 22 and Ant-Man at 22. He's on the trajectory. I mean, there's gonna be around 26 where Jordan just takes a leap that nobody ever. That 37 leap. That's a whole different leap. But at the age of 22, Jordan and Ant-Man, he said they're similar. They're similar.
If you make that case, I can give you 10 dudes. So Luke is on pace.
Yes, he does. But
Joker's on pace. So
but that's how
Tatum's on pace.
But
Harold Miner was on pace.
No. After about 20, about 20. That was like when Jordan third year is a whole different Jordan, right?
Yeah.
I said that third year Jordan and moving forward, Jordan 88, it's a whole different person. So there's dates where Jordan takes leaps that I don't think anyone in today's game is gonna leap like that. So when you say, all right, these guys are compared to Jordan at the 22 age or 23 age, okay, I can see that. Jordan at 25, 26,
Let's not get ridiculous.
You gotta wait. Whoa,
Okay,
relax.
Get a little rough.
Easy. That man over here with the chain on, that's a whole different dude.
Hold on.
When Jordan when he got rid of the wings, right? When he got rid of those wings and put the logo on, that's another Jordan.
The wings.
Yeah, when he got rid of those wings in
chain,
87, 88.
Gold chain, Mike.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Yeah, that's why I said you gotta let us know which Jordan we're talking about, right? That gold chain and the loop and loop, the '90s Jordan. Yeah, we ain't even.
22-year-old Ant-Man, 22-year-old Jordan.
He's won one playoff series. Let's let him live a little.
Okay.
That's fair.
I love
I'm with
everything about him.
I like what he's doing. I like the way he's presenting it. To your point, Mark. Yeah,
He got Jordan tendencies. I hit him with the shrug.
He's in a good flow right now.
The thing is, man, about him,
He's in a good flow.
he competes
Yes.
every possession, and it means something. So once you have that mentality and you have success doing it that way, you get an appetite for it. Right? So now he had an appetite of winning the first round. He like, I like the way that, I like that feeling in my gut. Now you won two in a tough environment against them.
Against some good.
You like, hey, shit. Hey, now what kind of sauce is this? They want these nuggets. Shit, what kind of sauce y'all put on these nuggets? Shit, hey, you got some more of that in the back? Right? I'm just.
I prefer barbecue or hot mustard.
Just the confidence, man, that you see in him and the way he's approaching it. And when when teams making run and we got to make a play, or he's showing up, and that's what great to do, man. And I ain't called him that yet, but he's
playing very well.
He's playing very well right now to put his team in a good position in a young NBA where I think is wide open.
So for y'all watching this Nugget squad, defending champs, how surprising is it to see them, especially Jokic and Jamal Murray, getting clamped up like this in home games they need to win? Not surprising at all? Did you expect this coming in?
They coaching. Man, listen, we sit on this couch time and time again, and I've preached time and time again. Guys playing freely. Guys don't do this defensively. Guys don't game plan. Guys don't do. I've been saying this shit time and time again. Minnesota do the total opposite of everything I've been saying. They coaching. They are actually coaching. Them boys believe in what they saying. And they going out and implementing the game plan, man, to a T. And it worked. So now guess what? It worked once, we got game one. It worked again, we got game two. We just gonna turn the volume up in game three. Because they're expecting them to come out and play a certain way in game three, to Anthony Edwards' words, right? They gonna be ready. And that building go say we ready. You didn't been there, man. I came to the game when y'all was in the playoffs when I was in Cincinnati, when you was in Indiana. Y'all was playing the Knicks, dog. It was the loudest place I've ever heard before in my life. I'm expecting that kind of environment in Minnesota when them boys go in there, man.
Yeah, it's not surprising to me. Before the series, I picked Minnesota to beat Denver just because Styles makes fights, and they had been an outstanding defensive team. They're playing with great rhythm and has taken his game to a totally different level. And you could tell, you don't stumble on to defending the way that they defended these last two games. Game plan, discipline, understanding how and when the Nuggets could hurt you, and being tied together. That's a tied together basketball team that's clicking on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, they're exposing their weakness. The weakness was that sub. When they sub out one, like at the end of the quarter, and they're subbing out like Jokic first and letting Murray hold it down, and they're like, nah, we just gonna beat him up. Right, we just gonna jump him, pressure full court, right? Make it uncomfortable for him, make him pass it to people that he only want to pass it to.
I'm getting mad at you because I look at you. I remember you had 25 in the first quarter of my last year.
Hey, let me know.
Get everything.
I can't get that up.
He like, yo, get all that. Hold on. My last year. Hold on, my last year. Hold on.
Now what's funny is our first, me, Troy, our first wars of talking shit was with them. Was it Dale Davis?
Yes.
It was Dale Davis and Troy Murphy going back and forth, and everybody was like talking shit, scoring on us. I was on the bench, so it didn't even matter. But it was Dale Davis punking Troy, and Troy had to get buffed the next year. Then he came back. He's the horsey. It was like a fun rivalry.
He scored. I was wondering.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
he
I came
scored, and he go, hee-haw. I'm like,
Yeah, he hard.
what is that? What is that? That's not trash talking.
That's what I said, because Troy started it. Hee-haw, like riding these horses. Yeah, it was,
That was so wild.
so yeah, see, it was wild. Like we was getting get back.
That was interesting. That was interesting. That was.
No, we was getting get back from that first year, dog. They embarrassed us. So it was like we was in the weight room. He was lifting like, we're gonna get back. So when we got back, we're gonna treat it like some horses. We're gonna ride them. Yeah, do you remember that?
Of course.
Learn something new in the arena every day.
He said, I'm looking at you like I remember. He's hard out there.
So let's talk a little bit about Jamal Murray. During the game, Murray was visibly frustrated with the officiating and his poor play. So during the game, if you were watching live, you saw that heat pack into your screen just get thrown on the court.
Nigga trying to hurt.
Didn't know where it came from, but camera spotted Murray. You'll see him on the left, tossing it, tossing it on the court. He also was spotted throwing a towel that landed near a ref.
Well,
And after the game, Murray refused to speak with reporters for the second straight game.
in the same clip, the hot pack was wrapped in the towel. He threw the.
So he threw the hot pack in the towel.
No, it was.
That make it okay?
No, they're trying to act like it was 2 seconds.
I mean, it might have. Wop, wop.
No, but you know, the towel ain't gonna go nowhere if it ain't wrapped in the hot pack. Y'all know.
So hot pack flew out? Okay.
Yeah, he wrapped the
All right.
hot pack in the towel instead of the stinky thing that they used for everybody. They just wrapped it in the towel. He took that bitch off and like, really? You throw it?
Either way, light-skinned Canadians are down bad right now.
He
But
He just looked like he frustrated right now. He looked like he frustrated.
he
He hurt.
Like, I mean, because where he threw it, like, his own teammate could have slipped on that.
he
Yeah,
could've
no,
hurt
for sure.
somebody.
Yeah, no, for
He
sure.
could have slipped on it. Two of his teammates before, it was like him, Cat, or someone else. They could have all
Yeah,
slipped on
somebody
that.
could hurt themselves, man.
I mean, I know we don't like ifs, but
But yeah,
you know what I mean?
The truth of the matter is, like, we've been shit. Like,
Could've hurt your own
been all
player.
bad, man.
Definitely
Could have
helped.
been all bad.
Probably about, what, 25, 50,000?
yeah, what punishment should Murray expect for throwing a heat pack in the
They gonna hit him
towel?
across. I don't know what it's gonna be, but he should.
What, one game suspension?
I don't know. You know these. Yeah, you.
Well, I know now.
Yeah, you at that next level of knowing information. So that's all you. What you think is gonna happen?
As a former player, coach, and analyst, I'm not pulling for anybody to lose money, but that's at least a game suspension.
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
mean, that's something we haven't seen.
Yeah.
I can't recall.
Not at
Throw
all.
something on the court, he's out of line, and he lost. Got frustrated, understandably so. That a statement has to be made that cannot be tolerated.
Yeah. Especially when this active guy, like they actively like this.
It's an
They ain't
active
at the
play.
end, active
Yeah,
play.
this is in the middle of it's middle of a play.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. I know you.
Let's just be on the record. Like, he's a good dude, right? He's a great dude. Just his emotions just got the best of him. It happens.
Yeah.
Right. And that
what
defense.
did I just say?
That defense fucked him up a little
Nothing
bit.
more intimidating and frustrating in sports than what?
Can't score.
You can't score, man.
Right. So
So
that's
that,
up,
what?
like,
what I'm saying. This ain't no bad seed. This ain't no bad character dude.
Right,
This is a good dude. And just the frustrations of the playoffs and not going your way, and he reacted. So I can't. Who he is as a person doesn't change because he did this, right? Playoffs, motherfucker. It got you.
Yeah, I can't see Mark Davis doing, if this goes any longer than 4, I can't see Mark Davis doing another Denver game no times.
So you talked about the frustration with not being able to score. So the Nuggets playoff meeting with the Wolves last season, Murray averaged 27 points, shot 47% from the field, 43% from 3. In the first 2 games this year, he's averaging 12.5 points, shooting 28% from the field,
Yeah, last year was
25% from 3. I'm just saying.
He can't get off that leg. It's that pop.
yeah,
He ain't got that pop right now.
That and the way they
And
came
they-
out
The way they
defending
came
him.
out,
Yeah.
they swiping, swinging, running. Like you looking at the defense, like, man,
How many of them is out there? Shots.
where they coming? Like even they're trying to bait. They're even trying to bait fouls, and the refs is like, nah.
Right.
Like this is number 1 team on defense. Like we're not just gonna keep blowing. Nah, they earned what they're doing. So we just gonna.
And they're so used to it, though. They're so used to them dudes blowing the whistle for nothing.
Yep.
for minimal contact. Now it wasn't what they call it now, marginal.
Marginal
So
contact.
it's marginal contact. It's always marginal that y'all decide to blow the whistle on during the regular season. Y'all just decide not to blow the whistle now, and that's what they've been expecting. Each round, it gets harder. Right, Mark?
It's a different level.
It gets harder every round, man.
Yeah.
Like they swallow that whistle. The deeper in the playoffs you get, the less and less that whistle blows. So you got to be able to execute. You got to be able to play through plays. That's why all that flopping and all that, it don't do you no justice, man.
Yeah, I was first round whistle. So that was, I was all right. That was all right. I went to the second round, but the way Miami was playing it,
they were playing second round basketball.
Yeah, they was second round. We was in regular season against Miami. It was Shaq, Lonzo. Shaq didn't even show up for 2 games. Like I don't even need to show up. They ain't got nobody for us, man. I'm gonna stay here in Miami, man. I ain't even going down to DC. See how when y'all get back, bro. I'm like, dang, still real. We gonna sweep them. We ain't even worrying about them. Like, damn.
That's crazy. That's how Miami did us.
Huh?
That's that Bucks and 6. That's how they did us.
For real? Yeah.
Y'all go ahead.
Well, let's move it over to the Eastern Conference. Knicks and Pacers playoff rivalry goes back more than 30 years. Mark, you were a part of it on the Pacers side, but you're from New York, so I know that was probably difficult for you to have to give the Knicks that work.
Well, it was a lot of fun because I played with those guys. So I came from New York and ultimately found my way back competing against them in the playoffs. So it's nothing like going back home, talking. Pat Riley was the coach early on, and he had a rule: you can't talk to the opposing team. I was in that seat, so now all of a sudden I'm clowning. But I know they can't say anything back to me. So it was a great time and great memories, and to see it, all these years later, those guys battling again, it's awesome. Other than seeing John Starks act a fool on the baseline, like he's new to this. Sit down and enjoy the game.
So Knicks and Pacers had 6 meetings from '92 to 2000, but it's the first time they met since 2013. And in Game 1, the Nova Knicks put the team on their back as Jalen Brunson gave the Garden another show to give the Knicks a 1-0 lead in the series. So Brunson came through with another big game, dropping 43 points, including 21 in the fourth quarter, to go along with 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He was 14 for 26 from the field and 14 for 14 from the free throw line, including knocking down the game-sealing free throws late in the fourth quarter. Brunson's 4th straight 40-point game, which ties him with MJ and Bernard King for second most in playoff history. Dante DiVincenzo had 25 points with 21 in the second half. He was 5 for 9 from 3, and Josh Hart added a playoff career-high 24 points, along with 13 rebounds, 8 assists. So Miles Turner led the Pacers with 23 points. Siakam had 19 and 6 rebounds, and T.J. McConnell had 18 points off the bench in 23 minutes.
This boy's crazy.
Obi Toppin came through with the East back.
Crazy, man.
But Tyrese Halliburton struggled in his first playoff game in the Garden, finishing with 6 points, 8 assists, and 4 steals.
Watch your.
Hallie only took 6 shots in the game. With a few questionable calls, too. With under a minute remaining, the Pacers got called for an erroneous kick ball that they couldn't challenge.
Why they couldn't challenge it?
Apparently, you can only challenge fouls in goaltending.
Kickball.
Cannot challenge a kickball. The game was tied at that point. Dante DiVincenzo hit a 3 to put the Knicks up 3. And then with 12 seconds and a chance to take the lead, Miles Turner was whistled for an illegal screen. Pacers challenged the foul, but the call was upheld.
Is it because he opened up like right here?
Yep.
Is that?
Yeah, it's because
It's the angle.
And because he flopped, he sold it.
Okay.
It's the angle.
So you see John Starks in the crowd turning up. So Knicks went on to get the win. Let's talk a little bit about Jalen Brunson. He's been doing his thing. In his last 4 playoff games, Brunson's averaging 43 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. Mark, as a former New York Knicks point guard, what are your thoughts on Jalen Brunson's dominance this postseason?
Played with his dad, Rick. Watched Jalen as a kid run around, the Garden. Proud of him, extremely proud. He is playing incredible basketball. He's got the ultimate green light, playing with confidence. A matchup nightmare, you put a bigger guy on him, he uses that incredible footwork to get to his spots. You put a smaller guy on him, he wins the battle on his terms. He is playing in a rhythm right now that we haven't seen in quite a while. And I'm proud of him, not only the way he's playing, but the way he conducts himself. Another guy that shows humility and shows how appreciative he is to play in Madison Square Garden with the lights being the brightest. He's been incredible.
But what do you think about Brunson's dominance?
Nah, he's cooking, man. He's cooking. I'm interested to see because this is a big run for him. We're going to look and say, is he better than, he already caught Jeremy Lin, but we're going to look and see, is he better than Starbury? Is he better than a lot of these New York City legends? And he's climbing the charts game by game. These numbers that he's putting up is ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I got to give it to him and Ant. They both been like outstanding in the playoffs. Like just the way, like you said, they conduct themselves and the confidence and just like the next level that they've taken so far. So, I mean, yeah, they've both been great, both of them.
Is he been the most dominant player in the playoffs?
Probably.
On the scoring side of it.
Probably.
Yeah, so far.
Besides probably what Embiid that first round.
Yeah, he's been consistent.
Right, but he's consistently dominant, right?
Yeah. Like he's having a crazy run. Like.
But I mean, even when we were talking about it was like, yeah, him and Luka.
Those first two games of
Luka
the first round.
Luka was playing bad, averaging 29.
Yeah, the first 2 games against Philly, he didn't shoot the ball well.
Right.
So like 25.
So probably between him and Luka's probably the most dominant right now, scoring wise.
Luka's probably been more efficient because those 2 games is on the resume of Brunson early on, but he's made every play that mattered, you know, in the Philly series and
So we
now last
talking
night.
about coaching, right? And game planning, and they play. Somebody put 2 on him and get the ball out of his hand and consistently do it. Dude, they continuously switch a pitch roll, letting this boy play one-on-one out here, man. Like, this shit is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
Right? You consistently switching this shit and putting whoever on him. I don't know if you noticed or not. Can't nobody guard him one-on-one.
Yeah, I don't think they figured that out
I
yet.
don't think y'all figured this shit out yet.
That's a wrap. Yeah.
You can't guard him one-on-one. The shit last year in the playoffs wasn't a fluke.
Yeah.
Dude, let's...
You know what helps him though? What actually helps him is when you do double and you do get it out of his hands, the other players actually make shots. So you know that kind of like as a defender, I'm doubling, and then my dude hit a 3, like, oh, hell no.
Okay,
like
we're gonna stick with it.
The DiVincenzo's
That's the game
scoring
plan.
25 and stuff like that. I'm guarding him. That, like, come on, dog, you're making me look bad over here,
It's still
coach.
different than Brunson's 40.
Yeah.
I get
To you,
I get
not the dude who's guarding him.
I get what you're saying, but you're thinking from a player standpoint.
Yeah.
If I put in the instructions that we're going to live with Josh Hart making
those threes.
and I'm betting that he doesn't beat us 4 games in a 7-game series, I know that this dude who's gotten 40 in 6 or 7 straight games, I know he's capable. So the game plan is you can't take it personal when Josh Hart makes threes. You got to understand that's our game plan. So I'm gonna live with it and understand. I'm not throwing you under the bus. Say Josh Hart gave Gill 40. No, that was the game plan. Jalen Brunson had 18 and 6, and we walked out of there with a win. So I get what you're saying.
I know what the coach says. As the players, he gonna be like, yeah, I give you 40.
Yeah, for sure. And
that hurts my feelings.
And we know because you would be saying the same
And that's when I be like this. You know, that's when that selfish kick in. When someone who doesn't supposed to be hitting shots like that be hitting shots, and you know he starts to talking, and you be like, oh.
Because all it takes
All right, let me just, no, get the ball. And you start playing one-on-one defense, like, nah, I ain't helping off nothing. Then he scores, now you got to go back over there, then he hits his shot, then you already in the matrix.
See, you're a different...
Not me, but you know
you're
that
a different
game plan.
trash talker than me, though. See, that's the difference, right, Mark? You get to scoring and you say I'm busting your ass. Dude, you do realize we're letting you shoot, right? Like, I would tell you that right on while it's quiet in there, on the free throw line in front of everybody. Dude, you do realize we letting you shoot, right?
And now,
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna tell you in front of we like, dude, I'm gonna let you know. Like, dude, the game plan, listen, you want me to go, I'll bring it out. I'll bring it out at halftime, the scouting report. So you see right here where it said, don't guard Gilbert? Right here. Like, you'll be like, damn, that's what y'all think about me? Like, yeah.
Yeah, you think about it, he's getting 40 on the court with no Julius Randle. So DiVincenzo, Hart, Hartenstein, he's playing with guys
And an OB.
Guys, you got to be able to get the ball out of his hands and force other guys to beat you.
Yes.
I think after watching, once everybody watched what Minnesota was doing to Denver and Murray when Jokic is off the court, I'm expecting, like if you're a coach and you just watch this, like, yo, dang. So when Jokic went off, they just doubling and they don't got nobody to pass it to? Oh, we might as well just do that to Brunson. Let's see what happens.
All right.
So I'm pretty sure they might try it.
I mean, that just sound easy.
It is, goddamn it, because
It sounds easy,
That
but
sound easy, but
man,
we'll see.
McBride, as aggressive as they come, well, guess what we gonna be back that motherfucker doing?
Yeah.
My my hand gonna be.
I know.
Dante will give you 40
please,
now.
let him do it.
Yeah,
Listen,
all right.
He give us 40 and we listen.
Right.
Jalen Brunson moving, my hand gonna be like this. Where you going?
It's habits.
All right,
It's habits, though.
Hey, our locker room this way. Oh, my bad.
My bad.
Be following you to the locker room, nigga. Hey, where you going? Where you going? Where you going?
Not the locker room.
Hey, motherfucker, coach say, I gotta guard you. Nigga, I ain't
Not the
nigga,
locker room.
listen, dog. I'm not gonna leave.
He gonna be under the no Diddy. Nah, it's Diddy today. We taking this shower together, motherfucker.
right with you.
He told me to wait till you get in the car.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's when I can release my duties, goddammit.
What, you gonna get off the bus for the game? You gonna be like, yo, why is this boy standing at the bus waiting on me? Like, yo, hey man, this ain't no free looks.
It's habits, though, because we watched this Pacer team not compete defensively like we watched them these last 2 or 3 games. They found something in the Bucks when they picked up full court in that closeout game, and they carried it into this series. But to ask them to make these type of defensive stance is not really their character.
That's not what they do.
That's not what they do.
And they was playing against a hurt Dame, so you pressuring guards that are hurt. Like, you do it against Brunson. Brunson is healthy.
Don't want to dribble that bitch. Chris Middleton was like, hey, somebody come.
Patrick,
Get this mother. Please come get this ball.
Y'all not asking the hard questions, though, because this man picked the Pacers against the Knicks.
So we were gonna get to that.
What do you got to say about that?
Okay. It could go either way.
Yeah,
it could go either way, so it's not.
No,
it could.
We on the West Coast. There's a whole city that's looking at him like, how dare you pick them against the Knicks?
But that's not how we. That's not how
Explain
we
yourself.
But you in LA now.
He played for both.
It's not. I don't pick the team because I played for them. I'm picking because I analyze and think the strengths and weaknesses and who's better and who's rolling, who's healthy, who's deeper, who's more versatile. And then my decision is the Pacers. I don't really care who wins. And this series is far from over.
This one was 7.
So are you sticking with the Pacers?
You want me to jump ship now?
I'm too late, motherfucker.
That's the great thing about podcasting. You can just make a new take, clip that off. Nah, I was saying this the whole time.
I was lying. Edit that out.
Let's talk about Obi Toppin, East Band that thing in the middle of a playoff game.
Did he?
On the break with somebody. Listen, this is my second time seeing somebody chasing him down in East Band. Like, he did in the regular season as well.
He did that in the playoff.
Yo, he did in the playoff.
Third quarter.
Yeah. Somebody chasing him down. Like, it ain't like somebody he got stolen. He's just like, oh, let me watch, see what he finna do.
And I think
they running behind him.
The game was like, they was up 4.
I mean, hey, man, listen, he got that type of athleticism. He can do it, man.
I did too.
I told him I'm meeting with him because he missed one in the regular season. I told him I'm meeting with him. If you want to do that, that's fine. You better make it.
Yeah.
In a playoff game, you miss that.
Oh yeah,
you sitting next to me.
Absolutely.
Hey, Gil, he never experienced the.
He never
had that. He had this though. He had the shake though.
He got the shake.
He's like, yo, don't do that. Just dance up the sideline and throw
Come down. He had the shake though. That shit was killer.
Didn't you give us 50?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I wasn't playing. I was coaching. I tried to get the ball out of his hands, tried to trap him, do everything. He was on fire.
For the 55 piece or no?
Oh no, that's the 50 with the Knick against the Warriors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was shaking on him.
Shaking on him.
He's using his moves against him.
Mark, what do you think about this Tyrese Halliburton? He looked in the period we've talked about this. The hamstrings kind of look like it's been an issue that's been lingering, but only took 6 shots in game 1. Numbers are down from the regular season.
Yeah, I'm a guy. If you're out there in uniform, I'm not giving you no excuse saying you wasn't 100%. He was out of character. He was rushing down the stretch of ball game. He rattled him a little bit. Own it and move forward. And he's a guy that I'm sure will respond and bounce back and make the proper adjustments. One thing I would have done if I was Rick Carlisle is get T.J. McConnell in the game, a guy that can slow things down, take the pressure off of Halliburton to handle the basketball, initiate offense, and he had been playing great.
Yeah.
So I expect to see the adjustment. Halliburton's too good. The same way if Brunson had a bad game, I'd say he's going to bounce back. I expect to see him play much better.
It's that Garden crowd too, though. That Garden crowd is insane right now.
Yes.
They
Like,
positive, man.
Like, like in a playoff atmosphere, it can get to you. Like
Yes.
in there, man. They can,
That was always my little thing with like people are like you hate New York. No, I hate New York fans.
The fans are crazy. They going
because they don't know how to be fanned.
Yeah.
Right? Like they don't know how to be fan. Like it's like you gotta credit them because they love the hell out of whatever they're. But when they're not happy, they show it.
Yeah.
You can't be unhappy the first 3 minutes of the game because we ain't scored yet. God damn it, give me some time.
Right,
we got to put the little WD-40 on ourselves.
Right.
You already done booed us out the building. Like I'm good now. Shit, I was getting ready to start up, but shit, coach subbed me out, and that becomes the feeling. I'm like, y'all do y'all team so much disjustice when you already put the boo wagon on. If y'all just focused on hating the other team, this is what it sounds like. You put so much fire into the opponent. Like, they sitting there booing you.
I've been there.
Yeah, brother, sorry about this.
Have you ever lived in New York?
Huh?
Have you ever lived in New York?
No.
Oh, well.
Sometimes you make up words.
The Garden is nothing if you don't live in New York.
I gotta put it together.
Which one did I use?
Disjustice.
Disjustice.
It's not a word.
No.
Justice, disjustice, injustice.
It took me about 1 second.
First couple letters to like.
I ain't gonna lie. My teacher said I did do that a lot. Right?
they was acting.
Like that should be a word. Disjustice means.
But it made sense. It just took me a second.
We know justice means.
We know what you meant. Because we hang out with you every day. We get you.
Justice, injustice, disjustice, misjustice. Yeah, it should work like that.
Them last two, yeah.
We get you.
Them last two you went with, absolutely. But that first one.
Yeah, 2, 2, and 2. They doing it. I should be able to do this shit.
I'm gonna tell the truth. I was thinking of waiting to leave and step my game up because I didn't have that in my game. So fortunately, it's not supposed to be in my game.
No, you can work rock with this, Jay. It just took me a second. I worked with you a long time. Like, okay, well, I got it.
That's the first time using that, right?
Yeah, that was before. Yeah.
That's the first time. Listen, he has a Gilbert dictionary. Trust me.
No, my teacher said I did that a lot.
Names, words.
And stood on it too.
Yeah.
So let's hit Jalen Brunson just a little bit more.
Strong point too.
Been a lot of
his strong point with it too. Hey, confidence. We was right there.
But it flows. That's what I'm saying.
But his face.
They got Harvard education. They got Arizona education. All right. Y'all got the real words. We got the ones we make the fuck up.
But Joe face, and I just saw him. I was like,
you went to UCLA.
I went to Cincinnati. They don't do. Trust me.
I was hitting my Merriam-Webster, just going, okay.
He was like,
that worked.
that wasn't on the SAT or the ACT. No.
But I knew what you were saying.
Public school is education right there.
Let's get back to Brunson a little bit. There's been a lot of talk about Brunson. I don't want to say recency bias, but in terms of the greatest Knicks of all time debate, some people throwing his name in there. So you had Patrick Ewing.
Already?
I'm just saying. You had Patrick Ewing on your most recent episode.
Stop. Shit.
So you had Patrick Ewing on your most recent episode. Let's take a look at what you told him about his standing in Knicks history.
Oak made the statement that Jalen Brunson is the greatest New York Knicks basketball player since Clyde Frazier. Timeout. Are you kidding me? Again, I love you, Oak, but what are we doing? Let me introduce you again to the greatest, not just since Clyde Frazier, the greatest New York Knicks basketball player of all time. That includes everybody. You put everybody that ever played in the blue and orange, and you put them on the draft board, the #1 pick is Patrick Ewing. So that's nothing against Jalen Brunson and what he's been able to accomplish and the incredible year that he's put together and what he's going to do moving forward. But it is beyond question, no question, that this guy is the best to ever do it in blue and orange.
Jalen is a great player, and I'm happy for his success. I'm happy for the success of the New York Knicks. I'm happy for the success that Tom is having with that team. But I try not to get involved in all that.
Yeah, I don't want you to get involved.
Who's better? Who's this? Is it myself? Is it Clyde? Is it
it's you.
Willis?
It's you. And I watched those guys, and they're great. And I loved them growing up, and they were heroes of mine.
Right.
But it's you.
No, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate that.
So we got 3 former Knicks on this couch. We do, right? Why is Patrick Ewing the greatest Knick ever?
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm not looking at you, fool. I know you didn't play there.
I'm about to say I was 5, so 5. So
If you're asking me, I watched the great New York Knicks teams with people that they say are the greatest, and Willis Reed and Walt Frazier. I grew up on those guys, and I got nothing but love and respect for them. But Patrick Ewing, you can't tell me no team where the guy, one person, is the leading scorer, rebounder, scorer by over 10,000 points, anybody that's ever played, rebounder by over 5,000 points, blocked shots, minutes played, steals, playoff games, playoff points. I mean, you go on and on and on, and then, so it really isn't a debate.
Steals too?
Every single category, this dude is dominated, and it is not close. Only thing he doesn't have is a championship. So you're gonna tell me if the Indiana Pacers win a championship, Tyrese Halliburton is a better Pacer than Reggie Miller? No, it's criminal to say that. It's a body of work, so it makes no sense. And an argument is not even an argument, it's a disargument. You like that, right?
And I roll with it. I'm rolling. That's a word. Sound good. I know. They gonna put that in the dictionary. Should they put every else? They
Might give a dictionary.
They put everything else in a dictionary, so they might as well go ahead.
No, but it really makes no sense. Patrick Ewing is clearly the greatest New York Knicks basketball player of all time. Willis Reed was a 6'9" center. He was great and the captain, and he won championships. Pat Ewing is the best to ever do it.
Yeah, it's not even fucking. Like, how did Jalen Brunson even get into this conversation?
Because they're excited right now. New York.
He's having a great year, right? I asked you a question a minute ago when y'all first started. Maybe my basketball knowledge is not what it seemed. Did Melo lead the league in scoring when he was with the Knicks?
Yeah, we forgot.
I was gonna say Melo.
First.
But I was on the team. It was just a fucking facetious question. I knew
You knew the answer. One thing
I
for
was
certain.
on the team with the boy. Like, the hell of a run. Jalen Brunson having a hell of a year. Yes. Taking nothing from, and going to continue the way this league is. But all-time talk already?
They had.
Listen, man, let's turn the microwaves off, man. Please. Please, let's put it on slow roast. Let's let him continue to do what he's doing this year and see how this plays out. They won game 1. They can motherfucker get 4-1 right now the other way, and y'all will be talking shit about him. Oh, he the worst nigga of all time. He can get us out past Indiana. Let's let him enjoy it, man.
You know, Carmelo is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And I got a call yesterday in the middle of the day, Rick Brunson, Jalen's dad. And he said, Pat Ewing was my hero growing up. Not only that, he said, Pat Ewing is the greatest New York Knicks basketball player ever. That's Jalen Brunson's father. That's his dad. And then he got carried away. He said, matter of fact, he's not the best Knick guard in the house. I'm like, no. He's better than you, don't do that. We're not going there.
I'm going with Melo for the Knicks.
No, but it's dude, the shit is crazy. For it,
I mean, this is second
for this
year.
to even be.
Yes,
This is second year.
Yeah.
For it to even be a discussion, right?
But that they
Unplug the microwave.
They happy, dog. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, no, for real, no.
New York right now, man. They out there twerking, dog.
I'm with you.
They
ain't
twerking in Tim boots in New York right now. They happy as hell over there, man. You gotta let them live over there.
Nah, they ain't twerking.
They
chicken noodle soup.
That's what they said.
Yeah,
chicken noodle soup. That was back in.
With a soda on the side.
They over there twerking, dog.
Yeah, they doing all this shit out there right now.
Working in Tim.
They twerking in Tim's over there. They happy.
All that. They doing all that.
Listen, they so happy Nike put a billboard up. No, they put a billboard up.
For Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. Yeah. They happy right now. New York, listen. But this is the New York that should have been soon as Randall went down, right? Because you know they don't like Randall for some reason. Soon as he went down, they should have been cheering Brunson, Brunson, Brunson. And then they should have been on the Brunson train.
Well, he making them.
Yeah.
But, dude, let's
With the team that he has.
Let's just
Now that's the crazy
all
part.
time talk, man.
It's New York, man. You gotta let them live. They got it's like their own country over there. Right?
They definitely own.
Right? It's like they their own country, dog.
Let me stop, man. Cause I don't want to. Let me shut the fuck up.
You played there, but look, think about it.
I did.
But that's what I said. Think about it. Like this is
I'm thinking about some of the Knicks I played against while I was like.
But that's
before me, and Like, I had to guard Allen Houston. Mm-hmm. Shit. Like, a run. Like, I'm just.
Listen.
No, that's what I'm.
Jeremy Lin was considered top 5 Knick ever
about
for
to say,
12,
yeah.
and he played 12
Like
games, right?
15 games,
You know what I mean? You gotta let him. You
That-
gotta let him live just a little
That was
bit.
like the #1 selling jersey in 2
You know what I
weeks.
mean? Listen, they was booing Trey Young, and Trey Young wasn't even playing them. Right?
For several years, it switched to Embiid for like 3 days, but now I think it's back to Trey.
back to Trey.
They booing Trey Young, and he ain't even in the playoffs right now. So let's just.
But let's just turn the microwave off, man. Let's enjoy what Jalen Brunson.
We just happy they happy at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lamar, I got to hit you on this. You were in the Showtime doc, New York City point guards. You know, New York City's known for their point guards. I would make the argument that LA has some pretty good point guards, combo guards as well.
Combo. You told the combo.
You know, got a combo. You know, yeah. We can shoot. We can shoot all year long. We can shoot all year long. But who's the greatest point guard to come out of NYC?
That's a tough question. It's so many greats. You go back and you talk about Bob Cousy, you talk about Lenny Wilkins, you talk about the only guy that ever led the league in scoring and assists in a single season, Tiny Archibald. Then you bring it fast forward to guys like Pearl Washington and Kenny Smith, Kenny Hutchinson, Rod Strickland. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Stephon Marbury.
Kenny.
I think it's Kenny Anderson whose jersey is hanging up. High school jersey is hanging up in the Hall of Fame next to a guy by the name of Lou Alcindor, who we know as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar now. So there's so many greats. I think it's unfair. I just think that we're proud to say we are the home of the point guards, not the combo guard.
I give you that.
I give you that.
I give you that.
Good. How do you feel
They
about
got
that?
y'all got big guards out here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because back then was more like the traditional when the game was. Here it's more. We became more scoring style. Who is the last All-Star guard? Because you know, like
Kemba
because
Walker.
they be transferring.
Kemba Walker.
Okay. All right, so Kemba.
Bad man.
I got
Because they leave and go to
Yeah,
prep
that's-
schools. You
that's-
don't know who's a New York guard anymore.
That's the difference. They leave and go out of the city to another state, play prep somewhere else. All of a sudden, they're from that place
Press.
as opposed to New York City. But we've had our share of great ones come along in history.
Sure. Well, let's keep this thing moving. You coached the Warriors for 3 seasons, helped lay the foundation for that dynasty. What are your thoughts on the current state of the Warriors, and does that dynasty have any more life left in them?
It's decision time. They've had an incredible run. And, you know, with Klay Thompson being a free agent, if it's me, I still think he has plenty left in the tank. If I'm the Warriors, another team that has money, I'm going after him. Still shoot the lights out of the basketball. I thought it was, you know, an adjustment period for him coming off the bench. And let's be honest, if as good as Porzingis is, the rookie, if you're Klay Thompson, I'm not looking like he should be playing in front of me.
Yeah,
And
Podziemski.
there's Podziemski, I'm sorry. And then there's a period, there's a process that I got to go through coming off the bench, realizing that I helped establish a dynasty, and so it took them quite a while to get a rhythm. I think they have tough decisions to make. I think it's far from over as far as them competing for a championship. The question will be, will they? And not only do they have to decide with Klay, but you also have to retool a little bit too. So they still have Steph Curry, so you're still going to be in the mix.
As long as they got 30, right?
Yeah, but I think, yes. At this point of Steph's career, he shouldn't have to work as hard night in, night out to get buckets. Right, he had to work extremely hard this year to get buckets, to put his team in a position to be in a play-in game. To your point, they need to retool. They need to get a big, somebody who could demand the ball on the block, take some pressure off of him, let him have a couple catch and shoot opportunities where he can stand there and not have to run off screens all day. Got to get younger. And it's, like, I agree with you, Mark, with the Klay thing. Like, just those decisions, long-term effects probably. But Klay's a professional, and we know that what he's built on. So hopefully it's not his case, but yeah, no, he got a lot of basketball to play, man. And he can help a team. Like I can see him going somewhere that, like a Philly, they got a dominant post-up player where Clay can be Clay, right? Not ask him to come out and have to go 100 shots. He gonna catch and shoot, defend, and be the professional that he is. Even somewhere like a Denver, like the shooter. Like I love Michael Porter, but he don't shoot that thing like Clay.
Right. Even Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah,
Needing experience, needing a shooter. He's very attractive as a shooter and a player to a lot of teams that's searching for a veteran that they can trust, that can open things up.
So Monday morning, Shams reported.
Hold on really quick. Is he really that attractive, though? Because he's going to come asking for the bag, and he might be over the hill. So I got to ask you, is it really that attractive to get a Klay Thompson in Orlando? I'm about to pay him $150 million, $200 million.
In Orlando?
I got to keep it a buck.
In Orlando? No.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I was there.
I don't think he's gonna be looking for that much money, to be honest, for one. I just don't. If somebody willing to give it to him, of course he gonna take it.
I think.
But if there's something out there where it's like, it's not that, somewhere in between, I think at this point, Klay just want to prove that he still fucking can play basketball at a high level.
Right.
So what? Right. I know he wanted at least 4-year 100, right?
Yep.
Is that what the number?
Because that's what they gave Draymond.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure in his mind he thinks he's valued more than
Absolutely.
Draymond.
So
let's say what?
That was
20,
he wanted that from. Let's put it in context though. To start though, he wanted that from the Warriors.
That's tough.
Huh?
He wanted that money from the Warriors. What you just said.
For
whatever. He wanted that from the team that he was with.
So I'm giving him 20, 25 when you look around the league who's making that kind of money.
I agree.
I still think he has plenty in the tank. Guys that can shoot the ball the way that he shoots the basketball has much more longevity than guys like me. He will still be relevant on the court because of his presence and his ability to knock that shot down. So I think he still has plenty in the tank. I think he's a pro, so he didn't let go of the rope, even though he was frustrated coming off the bench. But he will look forward to the challenge and to prove the doubt is wrong again.
So you think he's still worth 4-year 100?
I do. I definitely do.
I'm with you.
Because they offered him what, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years, 40, some 48, some shit like that.
So it's right there.
Yeah, but he wanted more. He wanted more
years.
security. He wanted more security,
years.
which you can't blame him, especially from them.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially from them. Yeah.
From them. Like that's we're not talking about no other team. Like he wanted that because he feel that he earned what he did. I've earned this from you guys. Like I blood, sweat, tears, Achilles, ACL, all. Like I did that shit here. Like here, nowhere else. So for him to expect that from them, I get it.
Regional, especially in light of them paying Draymond.
But it's naive. We all sitting on this couch. We've been there, and that doesn't matter.
Not at all.
And what you don't want to do as organization or as an owner is pay guys for what they've done before. I saw, as a Yankee fan, I saw them do that to Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
They owed it to him, championships, the captain, but at some point, you got to make the right business decision.
True.
But isn't that how you get paid? You get paid off what you did, not what you're gonna do, right? So when my contract's coming up, I'm coming up like, all right, won a championship, made 3 All-NBA teams, made 2 All-Stars, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm worth, versus saying, 4 years, you're gonna be 38. Well, I don't give a fuck what that got to do with me. What I do in the next 4 years after I sign this, it'll let me know. So if I don't do nothing, motherfucker, I'm worth 0, right? But this contract right here, like when it was like they said, when I did the 111, when I signed that 111, I made 3 All-Stars, 3 All-NBAs. I was on the cover of this, right? And it was like, you ain't do nothing after. Yes. I didn't get paid nothing after. I didn't get a goddamn dollar after. Goddamn it. So what I did after I signed that contract matched my pay.
Yeah.
$0 out of the league. Goddamn it. Sitting at home watching. That's what my income was. It was a reflection of what I did the 6 years after I signed that contract.
That's fair. So, Blue, leading this whole Klay discussion, you said, will a team be willing to overpay him? So Monday morning, Shams reported that there's mutual interest between the Magic and Klay. Magic could have around $60 million in cap space this summer, and the 4-time champ is high on their list of potential targets to surround around their young core, Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. But for a question for all you on the couch, if you're Klay, how seriously would you consider dipping from the Warriors to get a bag with the Magic?
Oh, man.
We all sitting there like, I mean, it got some, he loved being on the ocean. He got some oceans out there.
We got an ocean on this side, too.
Yeah, I just don't think it's about the money at this point for him.
Yeah.
I think, of course, the money is what it is. Like, he's going to try to get the most money he can possibly get. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the point to prove that I can still play at a high level.
Yeah.
And that I'm still relevant and I can still compete and help teams win. I think that's what drives Clay at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I would agree.
You've been around him.
Yeah,
So,
I think he wants to prove people wrong. He wants to make the most money he can make, but he wants to prove people wrong, and it gets personal. I can remember, going to the finals, Kobe and Shaq's first championship. They played Indiana, my team. Well, I was a free agent the following after the finals, and they lowballed me. A decent deal, but a lowball deal. It became personal. So I signed as a free agent with the Toronto Raptors for a similar amount of money, but it was personal. I felt disrespected because of what we had accomplished as a team and what I poured into that. So I can understand if the money's similar, I can see Clay, this is just a guess, I have no inside information. I can see him saying, okay, you're not gonna reward me after my blood, sweat, and tears, I'm going somewhere else. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
And Kenny, I know you said not about the money, but just with that Magic having $60 million to play with, you talk about them being able to offer $5 to $10 million more potentially than what the Warriors would be able to offer. And this is a team that was 5th in the East, got a good young core. So it's a squad that's potential contender. Also the Sixers, another team that you mentioned, has the bread.
yeah, they can sway him with that. Absolutely. If they have more money to spend and they're willing to throw it his way.
Yeah, and look, we're going to the playoffs. We need you. You're that piece, and we're rocking with you.
Okay, I get it, but there's different. Magic's offense, Philly's offense, that's not meant for Clay. Right, so you're gonna be throwing that. I would consider that dead money. Like the name sounds amazing, but if you don't have plays that's meant for this guy, how he plays,
Well, Philly, yes.
they
It catches, like, you got your dominant player is the post player, right?
Yeah.
He averaged 6 assists this year, right? You get a shooter, that number goes up. He's throwing, no disrespect, he's throwing the ball to Tobias Harris. He's throwing the ball to Kelly Oubre. He's throwing, so when you got a guy that knock down shots that shouldn't have to work as hard now to get his shot off, right? You give him them same looks, he's knocking them down.
Yeah, but that's not
Tyrese Maxey come down, getting in the paint, it works. In basketball, it works.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
You ain't got to run plays for him.
But he's used to running off stuff. He's not used to just sitting in there like this stool waiting for the play coming.
So
he's been moving.
Yeah.
So he needs to be in the offense that like Indiana running up and down, cutting back doors. That's more his style.
But why would I want to do that now and I can get the same looks?
No, but I'm saying that's his style though. His style is moving. He's done conditioned himself to moving around and like.
Yeah, I hear you. Yes, absolutely.
Like it's like Cal Korver. I think Cal Korver was used to speeding off, coming and shoot like Duncan Robinson. They're used to doing this, sitting him in the corner and say, all right, I'm gonna give you the same 10 shots, but you just sitting in the corner. I don't know if it don't feel the same.
I will say this, having coached them, there's certain guys that have a gift. If you and I played 48 minutes, I'm gonna have 10 shots, you're gonna have 40. Klay Thompson, you don't have to run nothing for him. And he's gonna wind up with 20 shots. It would be amazing. Like, this dude would just be in the right spot
At the right time.
At the right time and jacking up the shot. And Steph, it doesn't matter who's on the court.
And
you don't have to run a thing for Klay Thompson. He's gonna get his looks.
And you put better people around him, right?
Yes.
So you put where the attention is going to be on Embiid. The attention is going to be on Tyrese Maxey. Those shots are there. I watched Philly. I watched Philly play a lot this year. I didn't say I watched KJ play. I watched Philly play, hoping my son was gonna get it. Right? But trust me, them dudes didn't shoot the. D'Anthony Melton probably was their most consistent shooter, and he missed most of the year. Right? So you put a guy like that, who's a sharpshooter. Now you hesitant to double on Embiid or to dig in certain situations. You hesitant to leave him, now Tyrese Maxey getting to play one-on-one in gaps and stuff like that, because this guy's a dead shooter. And you know what he's going to do with them 15, 16 shots that he's getting. Now there's no pressure on him having to get, like, I just look at it in that regard. You put a post player around some guys and they special skill set, he's going to defend, he's going to compete, he's going to do all those things. And what he does well is shoot the basketball. And some teams that have a big, which is not a lot, Milwaukee can use him. Or somebody, like, if Giannis will get his ass on the block, rather. But somebody that has a dominant big who demands attention, Clay would be great for. But
you said Milwaukee. You see,
if I'm Clay, I don't know if I'm Clay. I'm staying in Golden State, bro. Like it's gonna be more pressure him going to Philly because now you got to deliver. Like now you got to make them shots.
Orlando,
because
you can do more than Tobias Harris just did.
I mean, yeah, but you have to make them shots if you playing with Embiid and you playing with Tyrese.
I'll take 3 shots.
Now
I'm
you
good.
on a level to win the finals.
What he took was the last minute of the game.
I don't know, man. I think if he just stay at Golden State, no pressure, and ball out, he'll get paid. But if he go to Philly,
you asked me to come off the bench, dude. I'm out of this bitch, man.
I mean,
what?
I mean,
man, you asked me. I'm going that bitch straight up. My ex me, man. You asked me to come off the bench, dude. I'm out this bitch, man.
All right, well, don't go nowhere else.
Felt disrespected, man. Like, dude, you know you've been.
I can't put you as that.
When that disrespect, when you feel disrespected by the people,
come off the bench.
He did last year.
Caruso.
I'm not.
I gotta see you, brother.
Then they put him in the lineup, didn't know when he was gonna start again and all this shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, that's a sign of disrespect to him.
Yeah, if I'm Clay, I'm never coming off the bench.
Not for them, not for this organization. No, not a chance.
Nah.
I come back from injury. You got me on minute restriction. Cool. I still need to start. 7-minute minute restriction.
Yeah.
Cool. Start on the jump ball.
Yeah.
Let the clock start. But you're not asking me to come off the bench for a rookie. Just not doing it. Not when I did what I have here. It's disrespectful. Like the conversation we had in the motherfucker, like you bring Allen Iverson in, you ask him to come off the bench for your organization. For what point it is. What he looks like right now.
Who did that?
Memphis,
Detroit.
Yeah, that's Allen Iverson.
You started looking around like, hey, and that's the problem. They couldn't say nothing. Like Ant-Man tried to, for who?
Yeah, like on like on the Olympic team.
Like Dwayne Wade for Kobe. Where's Kobe at?
Yeah,
because you asking Kobe to come off the bench.
Yeah, like Anthony Edwards thing. He looking around like,
we ain't got no Kobe on this roster. We ain't got no D Wade on this roster.
Play behind who? Like no, like it's that. Like play behind him. Oh man, it's disrespectful, man. Look, straight up, bro. This like it's laughable. Like man, really? Oh, cool. 10 seed. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna try that move when I got to Orlando and Memphis too, but I realized I was just happy to be in the league. But still, after my gun thing.
Yeah, but you
gonna come off the bench? Thank you.
No, but hey, but guess what? If you'd have had over that mantle over there, if you'd have had that thing that got them 3 letters on it, MVP.
Oh yeah, that's older. Yeah.
You could have made an argument for yourself, even with the gun thing.
Yeah, I was.
You could have made an argument for it. It probably would have went your way. It wouldn't have went away because you got your thing, but just certain people, like I said in this league, just certain people, and especially what they've done for your organization.
Yeah, it was like after 17 and then come off the bench and that's not a. I thought you were supposed to wait till they get like the 8, 5, 3.
Certain people that do certain stuff for their organization. Right.
Just in a game.
Well, just Clay there, right?
Right.
The or Allen Iverson coming off the bench? No.
No matter where it's at.
At the point where he was at in his career? No.
He averaged 17 the year before, and then they said come off the bench.
In Memphis. You're talking about Memphis, right?
In Memphis, of all places. Memphis.
Not in Memphis.
And playing behind who? Mike Conley?
And
I'm just asking.
We got an audience question right now.
Yeah, my question is for you, Coach Jackson. So, when did you know that Steph Curry was kind of just more than an all-star and was like a generational player? When did you see that?
Well, we did as an analyst, once a year we would do a college game. Jeff Van Gundy and Mike Breen and myself. We did Davidson at Duke, and I knew him as a kid in Toronto playing with his dad, but Davidson at Duke is when it jumped out that he clearly was a point guard. You know, the question was, he was a shooter. Could he play the point? He's too small. I realized right away he's a point guard just by watching him up close. Then having the privilege and honor of coaching him, right away you just know he's special. Loves the game. You don't have to beg him to get in the gym. He's as fine a human being as the league has ever seen. Works on his. I mean, he had no weaknesses, no flaws. It just probably early on he had to get physically stronger, and right away you can tell his presence on the court. I can't even put into words how special it was having the opportunity to coach him and witness up front and watch the way he's changed the game.
So with a player like that, since you had him when he came in, when he's coming out there playing his style, was it one of those things you just had to sit back first?
Well, I realized if I wanted to win, I had to give him the green light. And the first thing in my first meeting, because I was calling Warrior games during the year before I got the job, and I'm calling the games, and AC Law was finishing the fourth quarters for the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry was on the bench. This isn't a knock towards anybody. It's just the way that the game plan was. So my first meeting with Steph was, I'm either going to get fired or I'm going to win. But you are not coming out the game down the stretch of ball games. So it basically released him to let his hair down and not be afraid to make mistakes, and it propelled him to greatness. But it's all of what was on the inside of him, his abilities, his commitment, his competitive drive, the way he worked. Clay and Steph stay in the gym shooting shots all day long. And the culture was established, but it was instilling confidence in him the same way that Coach Rick Pitino in my rookie year instilled. I thought I was better than Magic Johnson. Dude told me I was the best point guard in the league. I'm playing against Magic like, yo, you the second best in the guard. Now sitting here now, that was ignorant. That's just stupid. But he had me convinced, and I realized if you pour into dudes, not lie to them, but he was telling me some truth. If you pour into dudes and believe in them, you don't know where they can end up. We've seen great players be destroyed. I saw Pearl Washington, as good as New York has ever had, only play a couple of years in the league because he got to the league, experienced some tough times, and nobody poured into him. So it can be a world beater, or it can deflate you.
So we talked a little bit about just you and your coaching experience. So our friends over at It Is What It Is posted this on Instagram yesterday. Give Mark Jackson another chance to coach in the NBA. They also included a link to a petition on change.org. You see a link in bio to sign the petition. So clearly there's support for this idea, but do you still want to coach in the league?
Can you send that to me? I want to sign it. I want to sign it. What was your question? It messed me up.
So, obviously, clearly there's support for the idea, but do you still want to coach in the league?
I do have dreams and aspirations of one day coaching again. I look forward to the opportunity. It's frustrating that it hasn't happened, but at the same time, I have total trust in God that ultimately somebody will give me an opportunity, and I look forward to impacting lives and winning ball games and being in the thick as a coach again.
So would you coach college?
I would definitely consider coaching college.
I think you would be more, just me, knowing you and been around you a little bit, I think you're more suited for them dudes, man. They can use you more.
I appreciate it.
Because you helping them become men. Right? You're getting young men and you help them become men.
No, I certainly appreciate that. And,
that's my personal opinion.
No, I take it. I appreciate that. From my standpoint, I believe that I have the ability to impact college and pros.
Yeah.
So whatever opportunity presents itself, there was success in Golden State. 19 straight years, one trip to the playoffs, then all of a sudden we make the playoffs after the first year, 2 years in a row, and win 50 games. It wasn't me, it was us.
Yeah.
We did a great job of establishing the culture and changing the culture. So I'm honored to have played a role. The proof is in the pudding. I'm seeing guys get 3 and 4 and 5 opportunities that you can question.
Yeah. You don't got to say no names, but
there's no petition.
We
There's
see
no
it too.
petitions for them.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even deserve petitions. As soon as you sit in it, nope.
Nope. Will not sign. So you made the leap to NBA head coach without prior coaching experience in the league. What advice would you give to other former players looking to make a similar move? I think one on this couch who has a brilliant basketball mind who tried to get the Wizards job earlier this season, did not.
No,
Did you try to get the Wizards job?
Yeah, you put a resume out.
I put a resume.
You put a resume
I
out.
was just, it was my troll.
We applied on LinkedIn.
I will say this. It didn't just happen when I was hired as the Golden State Warriors coach. My entire life, I wasn't as gifted as these guys from the point guard position. I had to think the game and be the smartest dude on the court at a young age. So the only way I could make it wasn't outscoring or outjumping. It was outthinking. So I thought the game no matter where and when I played. So I was an extension of the coach on the floor as a kid. It is tough for a person that plays the game without thinking. This, like if I watch the Indiana Pacers and I'm hiring one guy as my next coach, it's T.J. McConnell. As great as Tyrese Halliburton is, T.J. McCollum has a coaching mentality when he's on the floor. The game comes easy to Tyrese, and I say that respectfully, and the similarities of me. So I would say the right person, you can make the jump from never coaching to have coached, but you have to be a student of the game. Mm-hmm. It doesn't come easy, and I'm fortunate enough that I took it serious from day one. I watched the greats. I played for 7, 8 Hall of Fame coaches. I stole from them, not just what to do, but what not to do. Mm-hmm. They didn't do everything right. So it put me in position that when the time came and my number was called as a coach, I was locked, ready, and loaded.
It's probably more what not to do.
Yeah, certain guys. Right. You know one of them.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
So you've been in the media as well as a coach. A name that's been circulating right now for some coaching opportunities, J.J. Redick. I think he's interviewed for a few jobs in the past few years. How do you think J.J. would work as a head coach in the league?
I know him as a player. I know him as an analyst and had an outstanding career. Obviously knows the game. With coaching, you know, it's the opportunity that you get. So if he gets the opportunity to coach a legitimate team, you're going to win some games. Mm-hmm. Coaching a team that is not a good team at this time is more of a challenge. I think it'll be fine. It's just a question of what job he gets, because that ultimately seals the deal for you as a coach. Steve Kerr turns down the Knick job, takes the Warrior job. He's a brilliant basketball mind, future Hall of Famer, and rightfully so, has done an incredible job. And I'm sure that Steve Kerr would attest to the fact that if he took the Knick job, his career as a coach isn't in the same place today. And he's done an incredible job and been nothing but great to me. I got respect for him, but he'd be the first to tell you it's about the job that he took that propelled him and allowed him to be one of the greats.
Yeah.
When you're judging coaching, should all coaches be judged on winning if they're not given the same, let's say you given a young team, should your wins and losses be factored in over how you develop them?
No.
Okay.
Because, forgive me if I'm misunderstanding the question, but I'm gonna answer it this way. I can look at a team that's 500 and look at a team that's 20 games over 500 and know that 500 team is coached better. Their habits, the culture, who's engaged in the huddle, who's looking at the coach, who's rotating defensively, who's playing unselfish basketball, who's showing up on time. How is the workouts? 2 hours before the game, what are the coaches doing? Is a dude throwing a behind the back pass? Are they going through the motions? So you can tell, but you got to be around. Mm-hmm. That's why it irritates me so much when we hear a reporter say, Junebug, the number 4 assistant on this team's staff, is a brilliant basketball mind. You don't know Junebug, you ain't even around him. But because Junebug pouring you information, all of a sudden, he's the next dude. I'm being too real.
No.
That's what we do on the show.
Yeah, so I was just trying to figure out, like when some of these guys get fired and they're like, oh, this team ain't winning. And I was like, no, but those players are getting better. So you can see he's in He's changing them. Some of these coaches are just getting good teams.
Yeah.
Doesn't make them good coaches. The team was good. This team won 50 games. He got kicked out. He came in. He won 52 games. Yeah. And he coach of the year? Get the fuck out of here. That don't even make sense. And he didn't do nothing, right? He just sat there.
Yeah, that's just like if you didn't know how a restaurant worked, right? Yeah. If you didn't know how a restaurant worked.
Yeah.
And the dude that brought the food out to you, you thought he cooked the bitch, right? Like, damn, you good at this.
You good.
Like, man, when
And he popping his collar.
Yeah, yeah, I do this.
And that's it. We tipping him, not the chef.
Yeah, like, that's the...
But I'll be looking at some coaches, I'm like, damn, why he get fired? We didn't even expect him to win anyway. That team wasn't even good enough to win. But I can see, he's developed, most improved, right? You got a 6th man of the year on that. Yeah, y'all might not have won 40-something games, but you went from 12 to 22.
You're trending in the right direction.
Yeah, so you got a job.
Your team got good habits.
Yeah, you got a good job. Like, I think there's some building coaches, there's some, playoff coaches, and then there's some championship coaches. Some coaches, I'm like, oh, you can't, I'm not going to put you on a team down here. You might not, like a Phil Jackson, it don't look like you can coach this type of team.
No, he couldn't have coached Charlotte this past year.
Yeah, you can't coach a bottom-feeding team. You're one of those coaches that needs the talent and you can direct them in the right place versus sitting there babysitting. And then there's some coaches, they're good babysitters. Mm-hmm. It's like... Like, that's what I'm saying. If I'm hiring somebody depending on what organization I have, and I'm like, well, my team is going to be some shit for the next 6 years. Can someone put some type of life into it? I'm hiring him. Right? Hey, don't worry about the wins and losses. Just make sure these guys are ready to be, when it's time to turn them over, they're ready for that. Right? If I got a championship team and I hire you, God damn it, that's what I'm expecting.
Mm-hmm. If we made it to the Western Conference Finals last year, and
That's it.
I expect nothing less.
I'm just saying, whoever got the Bucks job, I didn't need a coach to lose in the first round. I could have did that without a coach. Yeah. I'm just saying, losing the first, I could have did that without the motherfuckers. And to be honest,
who got the Bucks job?
To be honest, I didn't even need no coach to do what we did. 17 and 20, I could have did that without a coach, motherfucker. As many wins as we had before you got here, 17 and 20, I didn't even need a coach to do this right here. Right?
No, for sure.
I'm just saying.
Just hired
I ain't have to pay no extra money for this fucking record. I was just saying, for this fucking record, you fired, dog. Because without you just lost me, $40 million. Because 17 and 20, let me see, all right, let's take this coach out. You can give me 17 and 20, right? 3 games under 500. You can do that with these two motherfuckers. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yes,
Gil no longer a Bucks fan. No longer.
I'm just being honest.
I mean, it's over. It's over with now. So
I'm just being honest.
Back.
Like when I'm looking at it, fuck it all. It's 30 and 13. And what am I expecting when I get you? This is what I'm expecting. This is what I got. I can't say you're this guy then.
I'm so glad we cool.
No. I just judge it like that. I'm judging what am I expecting?
But your track record before you good.
Yeah, it's like, what is the track record? Let me see. All right, let me see how you moving. So when you get here, either you're gonna maintain or jump. No, if no one expected 17 and 20. Let's just be honest.
So you're not happy with Doc?
Who? Him?
Yeah.
Hell no.
I said it before it even started. Oh, this is the worst mother to get.
Giannis didn't play though. Giannis was hurt.
No, that's when.
In the playoffs.
No, I'm talking about regular season. This started as soon as he got the job, and I see this name. I was like, oh, hell no, y'all gonna be mad as shit.
Oh, day one. Listen, day one.
I said, oh,
very consistent.
As we called him in here, when Glenn got the job, Gil was on Glenn ass.
Like, wait a minute.
Listen, the conversation had nothing to do with him. He'd bring it right back to him. Right, we could be talking about something totally different that we talked about on Monday. It's Thursday, and Gil he gonna bring Glenn ass right back to the fire, put him right back on the grill, like.
Yes, it's that memory he got in his head.
But then but the record
should have gave him the All-Star now.
Over time has given him ammunition to use it, right?
Yeah, just watch
this year.
Algorithm.
Coming back, him doing it this year didn't fucking help his argument with this motherfucker at all.
I'm watching that algorithm. I'm like,
it's not it.
How he keep getting these jobs? This ain't even making no shit. This motherfucker like the weatherman. He over here batting like 5%, brother. He nigga told me it wasn't gonna rain. It's rainy as shit out here. And he still get to keep his job. This is crazy. Like it didn't make sense. Oh, get in for some defense.
They said he was 41-41 and got coach of the year. Listen, he lost this shit. Hey.
Like it's not like they won one game last year and 41-41 is an upgrade. They won the year before he got there.
You know, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, right?
I know. Yeah. I get it. I know.
That's
what
no
I'm saying. Ain't shit I can do about it. Like what's so funny is that if I got to vote, I'm like, I mean, God damn it, just
might as well go
for the record, I mean, shit, I gotta give it to him, but I'm not happy. Right? I'm not happy with this decision. Okay, first ballot, gotcha, but not happy. I'm gonna give it to him, but I'm not gonna be happy about the vote.
His name,
I'm gonna write it.
ballots. Are you a motherfucking anonymous?
Glenn. Write my name, anonymous. Gilbert wrote this mother. Just so you know, it's not biased. I'm gonna give you your credit, but I just don't appreciate
them putting you on here.
You're very opinionated, but honest and fair man. But Mark, one more thing I want to get to you on before we hit up Mostly Fans. So JJ Redick was on Shaq's podcast recently, talked about how MJ's prime was watered down in the NBA due to expansion. You came into the league a season before the first wave of expansion with the Hornets and Heat debuting in 1988 and Magic and T-Wolves in 1989. What impact did expansion have on the quality of competition in the league in the early stages? And would you say that the league was watered down, or do you disagree with that statement?
I disagree.
Yes.
I disagree.
Point for Gilbert.
I mean, you had very good talent on those teams. You can go back and you look at those teams that came into the league and the way that they picked guys off of different rosters throughout the league, signed free agent, had draft choices. There's no disrespect to Michael Jordan. I mean, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. He's the GOAT. I don't care who he played against. He's the GOAT. He played against legit dudes. And I can say if there's 25, 30 teams in the league in 1990, there's a bunch of max players if you fast forward and bring them in 2024 on every single roster. You can't tell me that's not a max guard over there, that's not a max power forward, that's not a max combo guard over here. I'm just a regular dude. But the bottom line is the talent level can't be debated. So I understand what JJ was trying to say. And sometimes we say things to draw the attention. Michael Jordan, there's only 5 people alive that played against, 5 people in history that played against Jordan, LeBron, and Kareem. And I'm fortunate enough to be one of them. Michael Jordan is the GOAT basketball player. And he's the reason why a lot of guys don't have jewelry and they put the work in. A lot of greats. That's why I don't believe that everybody that don't win a championship is not a champion. And there's some dudes that got rings they're not champions.
What?
You talk about this.
That's a fact.
That's what they not championship.
What?
Losers win sometimes. That's just how it goes.
They on the team with a winner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody gets credit when there's a winner.
Absolutely.
That ring is on eBay.
Yeah. Like I said, there's some backseat guys. There's some backseat guys in the back here getting credit like they was the driver of the cars. I'm like, you wasn't the driver, dog.
It really is disrespectful to the greats. There's some greats that haven't won championships.
Yeah.
And there's some regular dudes acting like
They was that walking around.
they cut from a different cloth. Like, come on, man.
Well, coming in the league 88 and seeing MJ and just throughout your time, remaining time in the league of your 17th season.
80. That was his year.
Or 87, excuse me, 87, 88.
Yeah, that was. Oh yeah, you got to see the greatest year ever. That was that year. Your rookie year was like, oh yeah, this is MJ.
No, he was a different level. He was an absolute different level. And I played him in college, St. John's, North Carolina, in Madison Square Garden. He was special then. But playing against him in the league, and we had, you know how you can have a good dude at the position that you feel comfortable with? Mm-hmm. It didn't matter. It absolutely didn't matter. And I can remember playing him in the playoffs and Pat Riley saying, we're not going to say anything to edge him on or think that we're taking a shot at him. And next morning, Gerald Wilkins, I'm the Jordan stopper. Headlines in the paper, we're like, it's over. It's over. I can remember I was benched. So we're playing the Bulls. So I never told this story. I was benched, so we're playing the Bulls. So I get a call the night before. You want to play some cards and hang out, whatever, just chill. I go into the city, go to Mike's room, play cards. I'm not playing. I know I'm benched. So I'm playing cards. I'm doing my job. I'm gonna keep them up all night. We playing cards all night. So shoot around is at 10 in the morning. We finish playing at 8. I got to now drive so I'm not late. So I get no sleep. I drive to SUNY Purchase practice facility. We practice. Game that night. I take a quick nap. Got to hit the road. Game in the Garden. I'm sitting on the bench. I am tired. I'm sitting there like this dude got 50. I'm like, how is this dude still surviving? But he did it. He did it to everybody and every single night.
He said, "I'm over here like."
I was.
One minute.
Yeah, I'm about to say, MJ over there, tongue out, just doing whatever.
You look tired over there, Mark.
Hey, all I did was warm up. Shit, he out there like.
You look tired over there.
Yeah, he's special.
Told you push the heart.
And and you guys know his mentality was different.
Yeah,
The only guy I faced with the same mentality is the late great, obviously, Kobe Bryant. Now, Magic Johnson wanted to win, and he had a killer's mentality. Those two dudes would be willing to die on the court.
How was Bird?
Incredible. Larry Bird is, if not for LeBron James, he's the greatest small forward that ever played the game. He was that great and talked trash and tell you what he was going to do and did it. And I had the privilege to play for him as a coach. He was spectacular, but brilliant basketball mind and brilliant player.
So we have this debate, and this comes up on this couch a few times, about him not ever being mentioned when people talk about the greatest basketball players to ever play. Right?
Yeah,
They ain't
yeah.
saying he's the greatest. We're not saying he's like, but people forget that Larry Bird was really, really
No,
good.
he was special.
He shouldn't be.
No.
He shouldn't be. Time out. If a dude comes and just washes your whole legacy,
I ain't saying
I'm
he's-
sorry, we're not going to talk about you being the
you
best
wash
small
your
forward of all time.
You sure
How?
you
We
wash your
washed you, sir.
He been ready.
He said, "You should have been my kid."
Go sit next to your pops.
How did he wash his career?
This dude has 40,000 points.
And?
What? And multiple championships. And what else? What you want me to go down the
He
whole?
has multiple championships too.
Going down accolade for accolade. Larry
This era,
Bird is
Larry
not messing
Bird
with.
was that dude.
Larry Bird's not.
Yeah,
if we
is
go
he even
stats
in
for
a-
accolades, he can't mess with LeBron.
We're talking about accolades. His
We're
career.
talking about the greatest player of
Talking about
all
his
time.
career.
You got to have both.
His career. So y'all want to keep talking about these fucking numbers.
If we lining it up for 18 years straight,
You talking about
take Larry
numbers.
Bird. I'm gonna take LeBron.
You can take him. I'm not taking anything off LeBron plate, but you taking shit off Larry Bird plate.
No, not
Yes,
at
you
all.
are.
He
You
can't
said he
be-
washed his career.
He can't be in the discussion with LeBron and Michael Jordan. He can't. He can be right behind. We can talk about him with KD. Let's have a debate about Larry Bird and KD.
Did I say that Larry Bird was mentioned with LeBron and Michael Jordan and LeBron James? Did I say that?
No, but you said he should be mentioned more in the GOAT conversation.
With a great basketball player of his time. So people forget how great Larry Bird was, what I said. Right?
Yeah.
No,
And you just said that he washed this man's career. Because of what LeBron
He's
did.
LeBron. You know what's funny is
Yes.
Reason.
And your guy's still at number 2. So
Your guy at number
know what
6.
I'm saying? My guy's Michael Jordan. No, my guy's Michael Jordan. My greatest basketball player of all time is Michael Jordan.
You know what's funny?
So if we want to stack shit,
Yeah.
So it washes him because he ain't never lost in the fight. You want to start talking about numbers and clutch shit and all. We want to talk that, or we want to talk about individual careers, right?
Yeah.
Larry Bird career that people forget about how good this man was.
was abundant.
right?
No one forgets.
It just-
Every time they got an MVP and there's a 2-time MVP,
They remind
they be like, "Oh shit, Larry Bird got 3. We not gonna allow this."
So yeah.
Cheat. Right.
The media does.
The media
We
remembers.
talking about barbershop talking in here,
Oh
right?
yeah. I'm just
Of
saying.
course, they remind us every year.
They remind us every year. Goddamn it! Like,
So
nah,
this is
nobody
the
gonna have
argument
3
that I
besides
have
Larry
and with
Bird.
other people, and I'm pretty sure your pops can agree with this, like appreciating people, right? Appreciating Michael Jordan's greatness, appreciating Magic Johnson's greatness, appreciating Larry Bird's greatness, LeBron's like Kobe's greatness.
You know what it is?
I don't have to appreciate that.
No. Do you love?
Why
do you care
not?
about basketball?
I don't have.
Do you care about?
If I don't like
you're
your
a fan
game,
of the game basketball.
if I don't like your game, I don't like your game. If I don't like your game, I don't like your
Are
game.
you a fan of basketball?
If I don't like your game, I don't like your
Are
game.
you a
Yeah.
fan of basketball?
Yeah.
There's a lot of motherfuckers who I'm not a fan of, but guess what?
What?
I appreciate what they.
You know what it is? No, you know what it is, Kay?
I respect the work the man did.
No, you know what it is?
So you can't. So be a
about the
hypocrite
era.
real quick. Hold
You
on.
gotta think
I want to
about
be a
this.
hypocrite real quick.
No. What I'm
say
saying
what
is,
you was about to say.
no, what I'm saying is, he could be a great player to you, but he just don't do nothing for
Respect
me.
the body of work.
No.
You don't respect the body of work.
Because just like you said, Larry Bird, I respect LeBron James' body of work way more than that. So he can watch out.
No,
Larry
Why
Bird can
does it
watch
have
out.
to be
But I can watch out.
Why does it have to be more? Why you just can't say I respect what Larry Bird did or Larry Bird won champion? Why?
I know, because he
Why?
was losing the Magic. So
Why?
you were losing again.
He beat
but
him too.
See, that's an LA guy.
He beat
Losing
him
more.
too.
That's an LA guy.
Magic got
I
5.
feel him.
No, but
I
the
feel
only
him.
got 5.
the only point I'll make is
Did he
I
win all 5
I
with him?
understand the mindset.
Okay then.
But if Larry Bird and Magic Johnson doesn't come along, we don't eat. They saved the league. Their impact put us in position to eat. So I respect
What
them.
does that mean?
No. You know, young people. Hey, young people. I don't give a fuck who built this phone.
Congratulations.
Give it to me.
Great job.
That's how it is. I don't give a fuck who built the phone. I got it, okay? I don't need to pay homage to the first person sitting there with. Just give me my goddamn phone, okay?
You realize what
Dale had to do. Like, damn him.
you realize that the finals.
Right? Damn Alexander Graham Bell, right? I don't care y'all had to take public transportation.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing to do with that.
Tesla, amazing. Hey, we got privates now, that's all I know.
Y'all realize that the finals was on tape delay?
Yes.
Yeah, they changed the game and put us in position to.
Well, I mean, it was on tape delay because of the cocaine. That was the reason. We had to make sure everything went all right. Right? We know that. Hey, we had to play the game first. And like, all right. Okay, push it out.
Let's move on to MostlyFans on that note.
No, but Kmart, no, you got to think about it like this too. The generation that gets to speak for 88, mid-90s, they don't have the voice. You know, so there was like when I was talking to like the big three, you know, most of those, the legends are there, and just talking to them, and I'm like, yo, the stories you have, even with your dad, the stories y'all have, that this is an untapped market. The golden era of basketball, the era everyone is like intrigued with, right? The non-rules, the drug usage, like the league where we don't know today, right? This was a league where there was 200 people being drafted. Those stories are not out because that era don't have podcasts. That era don't talk.
Well, we're here now.
Yeah, you're here now. Like there was stories
We got the
where
Mark Jackson
there were
show.
stories where Dr. J was telling me, and I'm sitting here like this.
Yeah. Like
You did what?
put his dad in 2024. He's a max player.
Yeah.
He's a superstar.
I have a different lifestyle. I'm not on this couch.
It's
Life of leisure.
Fuck you too.
Life of leisure.
Well, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Life of leisure.
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have gave you shit anyway.
No. I would have finessed it. I would have finessed it. But let's move on to MostlyFans. We got our first question from underdog user Ken Lawrence.
No.
Both players 29 years old. At the end of their career, when they retire, who do you think will have a better resume, Giannis or Jokic? Thanks.
So we're going to go around the couch quickly. Both 29 at the end of their careers. Who will have the better resume, Giannis or Joker? Blue, who you got?
I got Joker, man. I got Joker. Just barely, though. And it's a lot of pressure on him right now in this series because if he goes out the wrong way, then it'll change. But Joker.
That's a great question. It's awfully close. Twist my arm, and I got to say Joker.
Ooh. Mr. Arenas.
I mean, just to see the way they alter stats or make up stats, you know, Ford, you know, Jokic, and, you know, the fact that Giannis is pushing in the 30s and 12, Jokic is going to be in the 20s and 12, but those assists is what intrigues everyone. They both got 2 MVPs, one
Finals MVP.
Finals MVP. Oof. Only because of those assists, man. I got to give it to Jokic.
Kenya, how about yourself?
Yeah. Because I want Giannis to slow down, man. I want him to get in the half court, get on the block, man. So I'm thinking what I'm trying to think like what he's done, the body work so far, and not me being hopeful and wishful, because we know where hope works.
Yes, we do.
As where we stand right now, I'm just gonna have to say Giannis gonna keep running full speed and running over people. I'm gonna have to go with Nikola.
And Brendan?
You know I'm going Giannis.
Okay. Mr. Bucks is 6.
Okay, if we take away Jokic's assists,
so
Then it's
then it's different. Yeah, see, then it's Giannis. Okay, see, that's
if works with hope.
if works with hope.
No, but then you got it's like
Because one is damn
but
10
then-
points difference.
Yeah, but then he don't make free throws. Then you start talking basketball. Now you got to start nipping. You want to take assists away, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why. Even
So
though
now
we
it's-
can't, that's why. But I'm just trying to figure out.
Okay.
No, that's what I'm trying to figure. I'm figuring out is the assist. The assist is
Right?
the assist the one that throws it over.
Yeah.
Because that's the one everybody really chimes on. It's
Yeah, I just want dude to slow down, man.
So, Mark and Blue, we want to thank you for pulling up to Gil's Arena. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the Come and Talk to Me YouTube channel. Watch the Mark
throw that
Jackson
in the
show.
link. Throw the link in the.
Presented by Underdog Fantasy. Make sure y'all watch the Mark Jackson show diligently. We appreciate y'all. Love having y'all in the Underdog family doing big things here at Underdog Fantasy. Whoop, whoop. This has been another episode of Gil's Arena presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoop, whoop. We will see y'all Wednesday, which is tomorrow.
I'm talking about today. That's not a question.